Audio levels right. There we go. That's a little better. $200 at the slots. Stop. Just cut your losses or take your profits. Stop immediately. Because the house always wins, and they will entice you to keep gambling until you lose all that money and give it back to them and then some. So, stop now and walk away. That's the smart thing to do. Stop now and walk away. Make more servers? For now, I'm gonna stick with one North America and one European server. Things get expensive pretty quickly, and, like, that's one factor is cost. Things get expensive pretty quickly if I want to get a decent server with decent DDoS mitigation and decent performance, right? Not like a top-of-the-line thing, but even like a mid-range server, which is what I'm using. You know, it's not cheap. So I can't just spin up more servers and like, oh, because there's the money aspect to it. But also the demand isn't very high. Like I don't want to get cocky and go, hey, look, I have like 10 servers now, and then only 2 of them are full. It's like, what's the point? So I'm gonna keep one North America and one European for now. And if the demand keeps going up and there's like a really high, if I see a constant complaint that there's not enough room to play, then I'll open more. So, no, I have a Patreon, and the Patreon is funding the servers, but that money also goes to other video costs. Like, I'm still in the red from the last video. So, I'm recouping some costs there. Like, so, the way I have my budget set up, right, is when it comes to doing my YouTube stuff, all of the money I earn from YouTube, and all of the money I earn from Patreon, and all of the money I earn from streaming, I solely reinvest back into YouTube, and then the money I earn from my job, none of that touches YouTube, because I want those finances to remain totally separate, because, you know, my real job finances fund all of my other things, like my bills and my insurance and everything else, so it's like it's smart to kind of compartmentalize those things, and if YouTube starts tapping into my other revenue streams, then it throws my budgets out of whack. I can't have that happen. So, hey, food, obviously, food's important. And food is not cheap right now. Eggs are ridiculous. Eggs are ridiculously expensive right now. So, yeah, gotta be careful with the finances. So I gotta keep within my means. You guys are paying for the servers, and I can't thank you enough. Like, it is Patreon funds that are paying for the servers, and I'm really happy that, like, people are getting their money's worth now, because the servers are active and you can play on them, which is fantastic. So awesome. Can't thank y'all enough. It's my birthday. Can you say Valve is dookie? Well, I mean, I would say Valve is dookie, regardless if it was your birthday or not. But happy birthday, Valve is dookie. I'm probably not gonna play TF2 Classic or Open Fortress because they're not replacements for TF2. They're different games. Open Fortress especially is a very different game than TF2. And TF2 Classic is just a very different experience than TF2, and it's not gonna be a replacement for me. Like, they're fun alternatives. They're fun alternatives, and if you enjoy them, then by all means, but they're not a replacement for me. No, yeah, and Open Fortress right now is absolutely dominated by sweats, so that's not really something I enjoy doing and getting into. It's not my birthday, but can you wish me a happy day? I hope you have a happy day. Have a happy day! What would be a replacement for me? Like, nothing can replace TF2. That's the unfortunate thing, is TF2 is very much irreplaceable. I can't... There's not gonna be a replacement. Like, I'm gonna keep playing the normal game for as long as I can. And then when I can't play it anymore, that'll be it. That'll be life. I'll have to move on. Okay, I'm not gonna fulfill that request. That one crosses the line a little bit. I don't feel comfortable engaging in anything that resembles ASMR. Still don't really understand ASMR. I know people like listening to... So ASMR, from what I see, usually boils down to one or two things. One of two things, or both at the same time. It's either food. It's usually food. People like mouth sounds for some reason, and it's 100% sexual. And it's usually coming from women. They like seeing women eat food, or listen to women eat food. Or like do mouth sounds and like they kind of like fillet the microphone and all that. That's what's going on. Crits. Well, okay, so there's mukbang, but even like the mukbang videos, they put the microphone really close to their mouth and they intentionally like grossly smack their food and they make all these god-awful manner of sounds. They're truly horrible. So, yeah. All manner of just fucking nasty shit. That's unfortunate. ASMR if people eat raw beef? Ugh. The fuck? I mean, I know steak tartare is a thing. I hope they're just eating steak tartare. But if they're just eating a slab of meat that's not been cooked, you know, along the lines of, the guy who's lying about not being on steroids, Liver King, that psychopath. If it's anything short of that, or if it's anything similar to that, then you lose me. It's kind of nasty. There's something wrong with you. And then, of course, all the buildings are gone. That makes me very sad. Oh, we lost. Damn, we killed them all. The rocket still launched. Shame. Why do people, like, I call myself Jesus. Like, the name Zesty Jesus is an ancient name at this point. Because it was birthed from a 3 a.m. Minecraft session when I was in high school in 2011. And that's just been my screen name ever since. Like, there's no religious connotation to it, what so have you. It's just me being stupid and silly with my friends at 3 in the morning. I'm gonna die. Thank you, medic. I appreciate that. Come here, bitch. Kill this man. There we go. I got an assist. I finally get a point. I'm gonna pretend to be sniper. I am genuinely shocked as to how popular my servers have been lately. It makes me very happy. How is he not dead? 14 health. I'm surprised at how active my servers have been, and I'm very happy that my servers are active. I'm just glad I can provide I'm just happy I can provide a place for people to play. That is not casual mode, because casual mode is the worst experience possible. Like, seriously, and I mean this with utmost sincerity. All you have to do is, if someone who is fully convinced that casual mode is awesome, just get them to play in a vanilla community server for a little while. Like, not mine, not Uncle Topia, just any normal vanilla server. That's all you have to do. And then they'll realize just how fucking awful casual mode is. Genuinely. No, my servers will never be more popular than Uncle Topia simply because I don't have the social muscle that Dane does. Like, he's probably the only person other than Soundsmith and Lazy Purple that can just fire up 12 servers and have them be consistently populated almost all the time. No one else can do that but them, simply because of the size of their audiences. And now there's an even there used to be a massive demand for these servers simply because casual mode was fucking unplayable for so long. Sorry, but I needed that. We have a medic now, he'll help you. And now Uncle Dane's servers are pretty quiet. They've quieted down quite a bit. Because casual mode's easier to access, and most people prefer going about the path of least resistance. So what do you think's gonna happen? People are just gonna click on casual mode and go play. Even though it quite literally is a worse experience. In more ways than one. Should all talk be the standard for TF2? Well, I would say yes. I feel like that might not be the best idea. Why 24 player and not 36 player? Because 32 player plus servers get really messy on most maps. Like 32 plus players only works on larger maps, you know, Turbine, you know, a lot of 5CP maps that tends to work decently well. But 32-man servers on smaller maps like King of the Hill or, you know, some certain payload maps like Hoodoo, it turns into a fucking raw hell like a meat grinder. So you have to be very selective what maps you run on a 32-man plus server. So not for me. Like, I love 32-man Turbine. 32-man Turbine can be a very, very exciting and fun time. But generally, it's a little too crazy for my taste. Lost him. Oh, of course. I forgot I can't play Spy when I stream, because then everyone watching knows I am playing Spy. What do I think of Castaway? I don't like the servers. Not anymore. They had a certain charm for me, but now I greatly dislike them. I don't like a lot of the balance reversions they did, especially with the Sandman. And the people there are very unwelcoming to new people to join. It's kind of sad. Like, if you're a new person and you go on Castaway, you immediately start getting vote kicked and people start screeching at you for not being a regular. It's fucking weird. Like, that, it wasn't like that a couple weeks ago. Or even like a month ago, but now it's like, it's just not an environment for me. 24/7 Hydro. Man, a server like that could only exist way back in the day. Not anymore. And we lose, but oh well.
This never happened.
Like someone,
I
and
still
like,
think it's more effective than matchmaking.
like they're trying to. And what's
Not
funny
good, though.
is now you have people coming into my server and like trying to start shit. Like, raise your hand if you genuinely think, my chat, if matchmaking in TF2 actually works and creates evenly balanced teams and is better than the absence of team scramblers. Seriously, how many of you genuinely believe that TF2's matchmaking actually works and is better than the absence of team scramblers? Seriously, that's what... Instant crit. Like, the only people that say this have barely played TF2 at all and have no experience with the game and genuinely think that the matchmaking system is doing what it should be doing. Oop, there you go. Or they're just being disingenuous and they're intentionally lying about the game for one reason or another. Where'd you fucking go? Big mark. Whoop. Oh, just knocked me to the health kit. I'll take that. Why is our scout going to our spawn? Peek over the edge. Even I, as someone who's never played Quickly before, knows TF2's matchmaking is bad in comparison to other games. Yeah, but you apparently there's an entire contingent of people that genuinely think that it's fine and that it's working as intended, and that any other previous version of TF2 is inferior. It's kind of crazy. Like that's the level of revisionist history we have when it comes to TF2. Where people now think the matchmaking system is fine. Like, I'm even seeing people in my comment section and on Twitter even dare to try and say, oh, casual mode doesn't have a matchmaking system. Or that, oh yeah, the bot crisis wasn't actually that bad. Like, we're entering that phase now, which is kind of insane. Like, it's not even, like, quote-unquote anti-quick play propaganda. It's like, it's just lying, and I don't know why people are doing it. Is it because I'm involved in these topics, or what's the reason? It's very weird. I personally don't understand it. Go away. All y'all get off the fucking... Everyone gets off. Everyone gets off. Huh? What happened? Okay, so the demo man shot his loose cannon into me. I reflected it into the soldier. He died, but I also died from the explosion. It annoys me when you give people the argument why Quickly was better and they only say, I only played casual and it's good, you're nostalgic. No, yeah, I mean, I see that quite a bit as well, where it's like, no, casual mode's fine. I have no issues. I have no issues at all, but it's like, they have no real point of reference. They have no point of reference. And so, of course, the only thing they've ever experienced, of course they're going to think that's fine. Unless you just happen to be the type of absolutely deranged player that enjoys one-sided stomps all the time, then... I don't know. That you exist in the minority of player. Most people do not enjoy one-sided stomps. That took fucking forever. No! No, of course, yeah, it's absolutely understandable that most people never tried quick play. So, like, I can't blame anyone for having that opinion. For genuinely thinking that casual mode's fine, because they have absolutely no point of reference, and that's why I said what I said earlier. Just try to introduce someone to a normal, populated, vanilla TF2 server, and then have them go back to casual mode and have them realize, oh, yeah, it is that bad. Because it is.
The Australian has returned to the drop site.
I'm gonna lull him to false security, and then kill him. I hate that username. It's awful. Spittle down Hawkonomics. It's the worst thing I've read in a long time. Have you encountered stomp defenders who get mad at people that complain that the game is unbalanced? Yes, I do. I mean, I got into an argument or two on Twitter. It's shocking, Twitter for arguments. I got into a couple of arguments on Twitter with some other YouTubers a little while ago who, like, were, at least it seemed like they were defending stomps and, like, they were just labeling it as a skill issue, which is insanity. Like, oh no, the fact that teams are miserably unbalanced all the time has absolutely nothing to do with the matchmaking system. It's because you're bad. What?
So you guys have a good, I don't even know what day it is, Tuesday.
No, yeah, and steamrolls are not fun for either team. It's not fun for the losing team because they're just getting their shit pushed in and they can get nothing done. It's not fun for the winning team because there's no challenge, and the entire time there's not a lot going on because one or two people are just spawn camping them the entire time. So yeah, it sucks. It sucks for everyone. And that's why team scrambles were a thing way back in the day, because they worked pretty well. Like, obviously... Oh, what a beautiful... Okay, that's awesome. Oh, shit. Oh, that's great. Oh, man. Remember that guy who wanted to remove decals? Or who got, like, really mad at decals, you know? If you turn them off, you're gonna miss things like that. You're gonna miss out on funny moments like that. That's, you know, that's a shame. I don't want that to happen. No, go away. We got him. I need health, though. You go, boy. I'm proud of you. Oh, thank you, medic. If Zesty one day creates the cure for cancer, people would still argue mental gymnastics to convince everyone that cancer is actually a good thing. No, I mean, that's just how the internet works. Naturally, that would happen. I'm so sorry, guy. You probably didn't deserve that. Probably didn't deserve that either, guy. Probably. You're not wrong. What's your plan, buddy? Ow. Oh, I realized I missed another donation. I'll go back and read that. If you ever make a third server, it needs to be a dedicated Chokefest server, Hoodoo, Dustball, Hydra, and Powerhouse, non-stop. Could do. Could do. But I feel like, having more options for people to choose from is usually the better idea. It seems like it's working out pretty well so far, so I'm gonna stick with my map rotation. Like, I had initially started with just a 24/7 Powerhouse server, but people didn't like that. Like, the next server location, if I were to open one, would be, like, probably Australia or Asia. because a European server does not service that part of the globe. It would be experimental because there's just not that many people in that part of the world, and so I don't know how active it would be. Maybe South America. South America's got a lot of players, so maybe I can put one there. But then I'd have to move over to another server host because the current hoster or I would have to use a second server host because the current server host I'm using only has North America and Europe, so I'd have to find someone else to host my servers through. And again, the cost goes up pretty high. Shoot rockets. Drop down. Ah. Why is my server full of booby sprays? That's actually, you reminded me I should probably turn off decals, because that tends to happen in my server. Disable sprays. What's the moderation policy on my server? Don't cheat. Just don't cheat. That's like the only rule I ask people to abide by is just don't fucking cheat, please. If people are upset with someone being a nuisance in the server, it can self-moderate, they can vote kick them. If someone is saying something they don't like, they can mute them. We have all of the tools in front of us for self-moderation. People just need to use them more often. What's your plan, buddy? Shooting me. Would exploits count as cheats? That counts as being a general nuisance, so yeah, I'd probably ban you. Like, if you're not playing the game, short of being friendly, then you probably shouldn't be in the server. Because the point is to come play the game. If you're not playing the game, then what's the fucking point? Get him, boy. Get him, Scout. There you go. You gonna try to come in here? You are. Actually got a Thompson kill. Proud of him. Why don't I use weapon reanimation mods? Because I think they look like shit. They tend to be these really herky-jerky, overly animated things, where it's like it looks like something out of a like a '60s cartoon. Or like what's that style of animation called, where everything is all kind of floppy like a noodle? The animations tend to look like that, and I think they look like shit. Yeah, they look like rubber hose animations. They don't really fit in TF2, so. Yeah, rubber hose is the phrase I'm looking for. Oh, Jesus. Problem. Get me out of here. Holy shit, I thought I was the only one. In reference to what? I'm assuming custom animations. But no, yeah, that's why I don't like them, because they're really, really overly done, and most of them look like shit. I prefer the simpler animations of TF2. Like, TF2's not meant to be this super, like, crazy animated, wacky looking game, you know? It's got very reserved animations and a very reserved style for a reason. That's what creates the charm. And when you just decide to remove all of that by making the engineer, like, do a backflip every time he pulls out his shotgun, it looks like shit, and I hate it. My personality-filled animations. So true. I really doubt Disney's gonna make it to the 2030s. Disney is fucking immortal. The way Disney works is they buy a company, the company fails, they buy another company, the next company fails, rinse, repeat. You know, right now they're doing it with Marvel and Lucasfilm. And once they've milked those cows for all they're worth and picked the meat off the bones, they'll move on to another company and milk that for all it's worth. And for that reason, they get to live forever. So they'll keep pumping out shitty movies. The problem is that people keep watching them. Either because they genuinely enjoy whatever it is Disney's making, or because they're like hate watching it for content. One health, dude. Like, so long as people keep feeding into that content cycle of watching it, hating on it, watching it, hating on it, it's still giving them money. It's never gonna go away. I should use the bigger shotgun. This is the bigger shotgun, by the way. That's what the name is. Hate watchers rarely bring any money. I don't think so. There's a pretty big market around hate watching. Like, a lot of people anticipate bad movies coming out just to go watch them in theaters. Like, we have a whole economy on YouTube of hate watchers or movie reviewers and all of that. Not necessarily hate watching, but just movie reviewers. And they go watch them and there's content about it. There's a lot more money in that than people think, I suspect. Like, it used to be a small group of people that would do this, but now it's very, very popular. Goodbye. That was not intentional, by the way. That was just pure luck. As are most interactions with Pyro's air blast. Where is everyone? Oh, hi. Ow. Crits. And he did it again. That's so fucking funny. Oh god. Ooh, decisions. I guess Mercenary Park. If you're gonna hate watch, please pirate it or at least watch a private stream of it. Yeah, that's definitely the best. Sail the seven seas if you're gonna hate watch something for sure. I also love Hoodoo, but I don't know if I want to play. I don't know if I'm in the mood for the meat grinder. Thank you for the $10, man. Take my money. Well, I didn't really have much of a choice in the matter. You just gave it to me, so thank you. I appreciate that. I'm so bad at this game. Oh. I don't hate watch. I just watch hate reviews. I do that too. Like what was the last Disney movie I sat down and watched? I can't even remember the last Disney movie I've seen. I'm talking about like go to the theaters and watch it kind of Disney experience. Not you know, not like not just like a Disney movie in general. No, maybe it was Avengers Endgame. Did I go to theaters to see that one? I think I watched it at home. I don't remember. Maybe it was that one, but I don't remember exactly. Maybe it was like Toy Story 4 on DVD. Maybe. But now I don't remember. Toy Story 4 was a terrible movie, by the way. It was fucking awful. I can't believe they made that. Are they making a fifth one? Seriously? What? What possible story? What possible story could they bring forth for a fifth fucking Toy Story movie? Genuinely, what are they gonna do? Bring a different playlist on here. I didn't even notice that. I think we're on Mercenary Park just by judging by the ambient noise. Yes. I like Mercenary Park. I'm gonna use the Bison. Fuck it, why not? And then Shrek 5, like, there really is something to be said for, I guess lack of good ideas isn't the right thing to say, but I suppose the death of new ideas, where no one wants to work with new ideas because they don't want to bother with the inherent risk of a new idea. Because if it's not an established IP that's well known and beloved, then you have higher risk of making people engage with it and watch the movie or the show or buy the book or what have you. I don't think it's any sort of creative bankruptcy. There's a lot of very talented writers out there. It's just that the monster that is Hollywood avoids new ideas and new scripts. Because one, they don't want to pay the script writer, they just want to take the existing IP and the existing characters and rehash them for a cheaper price. And then, of course, the risk of having to get people engaged with an entirely new IP has the risk of people just not being interested at all. That's like a tried and true fact of media in history, with video games, TV shows, books. Countless flops have happened time and time again throughout history. So, tried searching for your latest video by typing TF2, and I had to either add your name to find the title before I could find it. Strange. I don't know what to make of that, but just how it is. I can't not believe the crit was completely missed. That makes me very sad and angry. Oh, there's already all over here. Gonna no mini sentries. Let's just get rid of those. So you want to get closer, huh? I'm just gonna die because I can't do anything about that sniper. Fresh account, getting achievements. I'm immediately suspicious. Let's just check the profile, see if it's a cheater. Private profile. I'm immediately suspicious. Keep an eye on the guy. No, I know, but I'm immediately suspicious of brand new account, immediately getting achievements, first time he's ever been in my server. It's like, it's like I'm allowed to be suspicious. $5, thanks, man. Am I hyped for any games as of late? Not particularly, no. I'm more excited for the next Madoka Magica movie than a video game. I think that's like the next big piece of media I'm genuinely excited for. Very curious to see what they do with the movie. Very curious to see. I hope it's good. I hope it's not shit. I really hope it's not shit. Why is there not going this way? Oh, spoke too soon. I don't think video games are dead. It's just major AAA studios are effectively dead because they just can't do much, man. They can't do much. Just miss 4 shots. Last one's a crit. Fine, we'll take it. Nerfed Bison versus nerfed Caber. Who wins? I guess the fucking crit Bison. Any hobbies or interests you have outside of entertainment media? I like hiking. I like distance running. What else do I enjoy? I like cooking. Do those count? I've been contemplating picking up another, like, another craft works, hobby, like woodworking or something. Just something to get my hands and mind working and busy. I feel like that might be a nice thing to do. Just haven't got around to it. Maybe one day. Warhammer 40k models, maybe. It's. I feel like it's like too little, too late for me to get into something like Warhammer. I'm like years behind. I feel the same way about franchises like Gundam and whatnot. there's just so much to engage with that if I start now, it's already too late. It would take me years to catch up, and then by then, it's already too late. No, yeah, I saw the What's Rebalance video. I watched it on stream last week. Or week before. Last week. It was, not very good. It was not very good. I got enough with the fucking spam. It's a very quick way to get banned from my chat. Like that's your ultimate reward. Is a brief acknowledgement on the stream, and then getting banned. Yeah, I'm gonna go ahead and... Let's see, player commands, or... Where is he? Alright, we'll just get rid of him. Seems like other people are being suspicious. I don't care. He can go make his YouTube video bitching and moaning about, oh, I wasn't cheating, but it seemed like he was, so we'll just get rid of him. You play the game? I will engage combatants. I will engage combatants. No, yeah, it was the fresh profile. It was the fresh private profile sniper, just kind of immediately coming in and playing a little too good. So, probably not a Smurf. Just to be safe, we'll ban the guy. Do I think Sniper's overpowered? I think Sniper needs a nerf of some kind, just to make him a bit more tolerable. It could be something along the lines of, hey, maybe give him a tracer so people can see where he shoots from if he misses, right? Because, like, the little dot, no one fucking notices. Like, no one ever's looking behind them. They're always facing the enemy. Like, think about the amount of times you see a sniper dot and then go, oh, I shouldn't stand there. Pretty rare. Increasing Sniper's visibility because he's so far behind the back line is, like, the bare minimum that I think should happen with the class. Just to make his presence more tolerable. Something like that, please. It'd be a very welcome change. Because, like, the issue is, like, the lack of counterplay. Playing against Sniper sucks if you yourself are not playing Sniper. Message didn't go through, but here's another $5. Thanks, man. Why do I prefer the degreaser over stock? I guess the faster switching speed. It doesn't... I know it's a minimal difference, but... I just like using it with the shotgun because of the faster switch speed. But if you're using the panic attack, just use stock flamethrower. I'm just using something different for the sake of shaking it up, like the reason why I'm using the Bison. Even though I keep forgetting I am using it. I realize I should probably actually shoot things with it. Huntsman arrow? No? This thing sucks. I miss the old damn Bison. Thing is, like, Gabber's take on Sniper is, oh, he's always been this way, he's fine, just get good. Like, it's okay to acknowledge a development flaw within a video game. Like, even fucking Valve acknowledges the main problem with Sniper, which is that people don't enjoy getting killed by a combatant that's so far away they can do nothing about him. Like, they said this in a blog post from 2009, which is why they made the goddamn Huntsman. You know? Like, even Valve acknowledges, like, oh yeah, it's not super fun to deal with that. So that's why I made the Huntsman, so, like, he has to get closer to do something, and people don't feel so cheated every time they die to him. So, yeah. Kill this man. Like, if they're gonna nerf my Bison, give me a little something back here. This just ain't it. It's not it. This thing sucks. Like, just 22 damage. closer. You have to now. Yes, you are. Oh, God. Random crit. Fuck it. Sure. Ah! There, I have no business being alive. I really don't. Fucking every time my YouTube, my streaming panel crashes, no matter what browser I'm using. It's very annoying. Come back to life. Come back to me so I can see my chat. Thank you. No, I don't want to see my fucking hate. I wish the tab didn't default to analytics because I hate seeing the number of people watching me. I hate that. It's such a mindfuck. Do I still read manga? Yeah, I do. I read just what I'm following multiple series at one time. There are other series I have in my backlog that I want to actually read, but I've just never gotten around to doing. Shouldn't be used to people watching you by now. No, yeah, I'm used to people watching me. Don't get me wrong. But for me, it's like, it's the numbers game where it's this very, like, some people don't have this problem, but I'm one of those people that has that problem where if I see the viewer count, in my mind, I feel like I have to maintain that number, and if I don't maintain that number and it goes down by any amount, that means I'm not being entertaining or I've done something wrong. It's this head fuck that I absolutely despise, and so I always hide the number of viewers I have just so I don't have that pressure over me when I stream. I really hate it. Like, don't get me wrong, I'm happy for any amount of viewers, but I just don't like the pressure of like, oh, what am I doing wrong? Why are people leaving? What have I said? It's just a side effect of streaming. Shit taste in women. Race sucks. Maybe I shouldn't be using the black box. Let's use Cow Mangler. Fuck it. Idea for nerfing sniper. Players must fulfill physical requirements to be in the army. Well, that would filter out probably 99% of sniper players. To be fair, that would filter out a lot of normal TF2 players as well, because asking any regular person to, hey, run a mile in less than... What's the required mile time for the military? Like, how fast do you have to run a mile? I don't know what is the mile time? I don't recall what it is. Really? A 10-minute mile? I feel like that's too high. I don't think that's correct. A 10-minute mile seems too slow. I was thinking like 8. Or maybe 9, but 10 minutes? I don't know, man. That doesn't seem right. Here, I'll just do this because I can disable your gun. Doesn't matter to me. Or just have someone walk into that. No one walked into it. Four minutes? And he just walks at me and crits. Shame. Gambling was a weapon. That's the only reason why you use the third degree, is for the random crit on the medic and through the medi-beam. That's it. I mean, yeah, if you had to have someone run a 10-minute mile in order to play sniper, you would filter out about 99% of sniper players almost immediately. Like, that is just a fact. Like, I'm happy I can run a I'm happy I can do like a 6-minute mile. Like, I'm content with that. I used to be a lot faster, but ever since I started lifting weights more, my cardiovascular endurance has dropped significantly. I'm also heavier now, and because I put on so much weight, it's harder on my knees and I can't run as fast or as far, so that's an issue as well. Just disable that. Help! Somebody! Thankfully you can't hit me. Go stand right there. Shit, he was able to angle it just right. No, yeah, I've also gotten older, and really that issue goes to my knees. My knees just can't handle running, you know, a 10K. Like I used to run a 10K every other day, but I just can't do that anymore. And like my first big sign of that issue is when I blew out my knee a couple years ago, and I just couldn't walk for a little while. That genuinely sucked. So that was it for me. That was it for me with distance running. Oh, I can stand on that? What the fuck? Huh? Strange little wall bug there. No, I'm serious. Like, a 30-year-old's knees are very different than a 20-year-old's knees. Especially when it comes to distance running. Thank you, Spy. You're awesome. Love you, babe. Tore your ACL recently? Oh god, I'm so sorry. That genuinely sucks. I'm gonna stand here again. Oh, they Ubered. Wait, what's the point of using the battalions if you're Ubered? Like, that's not gonna help you. Go away. Have you seen any of the videos about the community-made TFVR? I have no idea what the community TFVR is. I've heard absolutely nothing about it. Not a single word. If it's TF2 in virtual reality, it's another cool project people are working on. So awesome. Love to see it. Do this for a bit. Do that for a bit. I am ill-equipped to handle this, unfortunately. You're the guy with the real rocket launcher. Please go shoot. Go shoot the gun. I don't have a gun shooter. I have a person shooter. It's just an issue. I really don't want to have to swap to a damn regular rocket launcher, but I guess I have to. Want to use the damn cow mangler. Alright, I'll use... what's something that's not stop? No, I'm committed. I don't care. I'll make someone else break the sentry. TF2 VR is a mod for a game called Contractors. This is all news to me. Ban the engineer for not being cow compliant. That's what I get for not paying attention. But no, I got no idea what the VR project is. No, yeah, I did. I saw that there was a competitive player that made a video in response to mine. And it was, I mean, his video was exactly what I said in mine. He was like the perfect textbook example of how competitive players were, like, everyone got fucked over, including competitive players, and he was the perfect example of how they also got fucked. Because these guys enjoyed playing competitive TF2, which in of itself is just a different game, like any other derivative form of TF2. But they always would come back to the normal game and have fun. But then all of a sudden, Valve completely destroyed TF2 and they couldn't even do that anymore. They hated it. And then he even went so far as to present the absolutely dangerous opinion that any attempt at approaching competitive play in TF2 would have hurt vanilla play. Like, I was genuinely shocked that any competitive player said that. Because so many back in the day were like really hardcore pushing for Valve to do something to acknowledge competitive play within the base game. And then he said, like, the quiet part out loud, where no matter what Valve does, that they're gonna fuck over normal players. They're gonna fuck over the normal way it's meant to be played. Either in terms of an inferior shambling system, or a change in mentality as to how the game is meant to be approached. Because TF2 is never meant to be approached as this hardcore competitive esport. And then if you suddenly try to change the mentality around it, what's gonna happen? You're gonna get a lot of, like... So this is something I've noticed as well. There's been, like, a massive increase in toxicity since Meet Your Match came out, simply because the game is being treated more competitively. Simply because more people, like, highly incentivize the need to win. Anyway, him expressing the opinion that any approach towards competitive play would hurt the game was very awesome. Like, it was very cool to see that, because I mean, I completely agree. Like, no matter what Valve... Like, the only thing Valve could have done to not fuck over normal play would have been to just fund community-operated esports events. That was the best thing they could have done. Just directly fund those, let the players organize them, but give them the money to move around, fund a prize pool, something, right? That would have been the best way to handle it. But trying to incorporate any of these community-made things into the game itself was a disastrous idea. But they went for it, and they fucked it. So, it's a shame. Yes, I do have a European server. I have a European server now. Go to my website, zestiejesus.com. We have empty slots. Get in here. Fill up my server. Go to my website. Play the game with me. What about items that have specific stats for competitive? That's the problem, man, is that it would just create a further schism in the player base. Like, oh, as part of the base game, now we just have different stats for how things work. Like, it's just, there's no good way to handle it. Do you think they never reverted the dogshit nerfs to guns like the Bison out of fear of backlash from the barely existing competitive scene? No, I think they did it because it's like sunken cost fallacy, where it's like they don't want to have to undo things. It's sunk cost fallacy, and Valve just doesn't like admitting that they're wrong. Like, the only time where they explicitly said, yeah, we're wrong, let's walk this back, is when they did that thing, or when they tried to nerf the hell out of the sticky bomb launcher, right? That pissed off a lot of people. And then ultimately they undid it, because that was it. And that was one of very few rare instances where Valve's like, oops, we did a fucky wucky. I mean, that was the same thing with casual mode and abandonment penalties. Like, oh yeah, we acknowledge that we probably shouldn't punish people for leaving the normal game because we didn't do that for 8 years prior, that kind of thing. So. But other than that, Valve has just notoriously never admitted fault. Off. Go away. I'll join only if you add bread space. Bread space will never be on my servers. That map just should have never been put in the game. Ever. Ever. It's a terrible map. I'm stunned that Valve looked at that mess and thought, yeah, that's fine. Genuinely crazy that they did that. Can I disable that from here? I can. I'll just keep doing that. Oh, there's 2 guns. That's a problem. G-build, 2 guns? No, Valve absolutely never looked at the map. Or they did. Well, the thing is, Valve does. Valve loads up the map just to see if it works. And then, you know, once they realize, okay, it functions, it boots, right? Then they think that's fine. Can I shoot through that? Fuck. Why can't I shoot through this gap, but I can't? This is a wall? It's very bizarre. Just can't do anything. I might impose a rule on my server where if you own a Hail Zone sniper rifle, you're just automatically banned. I think that might just make the player experience better for everybody. Like, if you own any Hail Zone sniper weapon, you're just automatically banned from my server. That just seems like the best thing to do. Everyone's happy. Everyone wins. Oh, just for fun. Yeah, just for fun. Now, watch. Someone's gonna take that clip I just said, they're gonna post it on Twitter, and they're gonna bitch and moan. He's being serious! He bans good plays from his server! Ah! It's my server, by the way. I can do whatever the fuck I want with it. First of all. Yeah, just ban everybody. Ban the entire server. Easiest solution. Just... What? We'll try that again. Disable that. It's not gonna do anything. Maybe it will. You got the NG on that one. Fuck you and your Wrangler. If you build that shit, you know what, fuck you. Fuck you. Now you die. You seeing this? You seeing this? Excuse me? What's happening here? Hello? Just can't do nothing. And I die. Alright, I have to swap to stock, because I just can't do shit. We'll swap to stock now. Now's the time. Go, push. We're so close. Come on.
Go, Pyro.
Get on that shit. Yes, we did it. The long achieved victory.
Sun Tzu might have invented war, but
No, yeah, I saw TF2 Classics in the workshop now, but you don't get to play it yet because the mod's not ready. Like, don't forget, guys. The SDK release only means you get to play mods legally now. Which is great, don't get me wrong, it's awesome. Mods are going to be easier to access, it's fantastic, but, like, nothing's changed. Like, they have to do all of the work before you can actually play the mods. And these mods are not going to be on Steam until, like, months from now.
Mission begins in 30 seconds.
No, yeah, the convenience of Steam is awesome. Like, you don't have to jump through a whole bunch of hoops to play a mod. You don't have to do your own custom installations or run an installer or move files around, make sure you're unzipping one thing in the right place or another. So, players keep crashing on my server? Why? I don't know.
2, 1.
I don't know what the issue is. God, this thing sucks. Just do that. Yeah. I'm not sure what the deal is if people keep crashing on the server. I don't know what's broken. Something's broken. I'm not sure what. It could. There also could be some magical exploit that I'm unfamiliar with, where someone is finding a way to make people's games crash by running one thing or another. I don't fucking know. You had Uber. You should have used it. You had Uber. Do you think in the unlikely case Valve reverts to meet your match and brings back quick play, we'll see bigger player counts that aren't bots? I honestly think so, yes. Because TF2's biggest problem right now is player retention. Because the initial player experience for TF2 has always been terrible, don't get me wrong. But casual mode just makes it so much worse. So just removing one hurdle from the initial player experience automatically means players are more likely to stick around. And also it encourages players to keep playing because they're not constantly wasting their time server hopping ad nauseum. Because games reset after one round and you're playing for like at most 3 minutes at a time. It sucks. Again, seriously, if anyone has ever played quick play or in a community server and then they go back to casual mode, I don't see how someone can defend how casual mode operates. It's terrible. It really is. Listen, man. I don't care if you play on servers with me, I really don't. But if you're just going out of your way to like stream snipe or taunt, just don't. You can play with me, it's fine, I don't care. But if you're going out of your way to be a nuisance, I'm gonna fucking kick you. One time is fine. But if you keep doing it, then I'm just gonna get rid of you. Like, we're all here to play together and have fun. You don't have to go out of your way to be a dick. Like, it really isn't that much to ask, is it? Is that too much to ask from people playing on the server? Apparently for some people it is, I don't know. No, yeah, being taunted is part of the experience, but if it keeps up and is consistent, it becomes very obvious they're just doing it because I'm on stream. Like, you're just being a dick. Take the Stalin route. Kill everybody. Yeah, I'm not sure why people keep crashing out of the server. I'm not sure what the problem is. I'll have to look into it. I'm so sorry about that, but... Just go into the stairs. Probably been said to that, but it's so funny seeing Valve give up and ask the community to find the good game in TF2 themselves. No, I mean it's sad, right? Like, I mean, like, Richter, you and I have discussed a bunch that, like, this is Valve's severance package. This is Valve saying, we're done, you do whatever the fuck you want with the game. Like, we acknowledge that we don't want to work on this game anymore, it's now up to you. Have fun. Like, that's what the SDK release means. And it's, like, I don't enjoy being a Debbie Downer, I feel like I'm just being a realist here. But Valve releasing the SDK wasn't because, oh, they love us and they love the game. No, it's Valve saying, fuck you, shut up. Go do whatever the fuck you want with this. Like, we're done. Like, Valve hasn't cared about this game at a deeper level since 2014, 2015, maybe. And everything they've done since then has been either because they're treating it as a pet project or because out of obligation to keep the game functional. Yeah, if they did it out of love, they would have done it years ago, right? They would have given us these modding tools and features years ago because the modding scene in TF2 has been around for a very long time, like a decade, if not longer. And if they wanted to lean into that and acknowledge it, then they would have. But the reason why they didn't is because why allow for players to make these experiences for free when, well, shit, we can monetize them. That's the idea. Just see Valve solving the issue of being embarrassed by having leaked code out there. I mean, there's been, like, TF2's code has been leaked multiple times in the past. They just don't really care. Like, if they really cared about having leaked code out there, they would have really brought down the hammer on DMCAs and, like, going out of their way to sue people for having access to it. But they only did that once? Why it took them so long after that point, like 4 years, to release the SDK, I don't know. Maybe it's because only one person was working on these things the entire time. I suspect that's why. Because it was just the contractor. It was basically only the contractor working on the SDK. It was just that guy, no one else. And the evidence for that is because his signature is plastered all over the SDK. Like, the dude likes frogs, and there's frogs all over the SDK. I need to get myself into a better position here.
Nice stab.
I don't know. You just hate to see a game that had so much more life and so much more potential get completely not only demolished but then wasted and squandered by Valve, right? Just because I guess they just got bored with everything. I don't fucking know. Who knows? Explain why the contractor hates me, because I typed the dreaded T slur a few times in a Discord server like 5 years ago, and therefore they don't like me. That's really the only reason. What is the contractor? It's basically just the one guy that's been working on TF2 since like 2021, roughly. Only one person has been doing the majority of work on TF2 since 2021, and it was the I don't know what his status is at Valve at this point. I don't know if he's still a contractor. I don't know if it's of an employee, but it doesn't matter. It's one fucking guy. One guy's been doing most of the work on TF2, and the result is things take a fucking ass load of time to happen. Turn up voice. Go, guy. Shoot things. You go, guy. Get him. No, yeah, I mean, he wasn't only hired to work on TF2, don't get me wrong. He was initially hired to work on Steam Deck. Yes, Mega Scatterbomb. He was initially hired to work on Steam Deck related stuff, and did a lot of work there. So he's really only been working on TF2 part-time for the past, like, 4 years. And that's it, which is kind of crazy to think about. One guy working on TF2 part-time for the past 4 years. That's why it took so long to get a fix for the bots. That's why it took so long for the SDK to get released. Because, like, there is no team working on TF2, and there hasn't been a team working on TF2 for a decade. Why syringe gun? Because the syringe gun is fun, and the crossbow is boring as shit. No, yeah, a decade ago they were working with the CS:GO team in 2015. Like, so they were already spreading themselves thin and having people from CS:GO work on TF2. Don't let's not forget that. There you go. Go down here. Just kill shit. Lots of people here. Kill these things. Go crazy. Attaboy. Ooh, what do I want to play? I think now I'm willing to play Hoodoo. I'm ready for some Hoodoo. I like Hoodoo. TF2 players, when someone wants to play their game how they want and not optimize it. I mean, I don't know what that's supposed to mean. Hoodoo. A decade ago, being 2015 makes me feel old. Dude, how do you think I fucking feel? 2015, I was in college. Why don't I go to Valve's offices to talk with the TF team? They don't just take... You don't just get to, like, invite yourself to Valve's offices. You have to know somebody to get a visit at Valve. Like, they're not gonna roll out the red carpet for me because I haven't been exactly offering the kindest views and interpretations towards their actions, right? Like, I'm not gonna write them an email and go, hey, can I come talk to you guys? And even if I did, they're just gonna give me corpo speak. They're not gonna give me direct answers for anything, and even if they do, they'll make me sign an NDA. So then what would the point be? I guess for my own personal satisfaction, like, I would get some kind of understanding or closures to why they did what they did. But beyond that, like, what's the point? Just how it is. You are... Here we go. He's just going in. Let me heal someone else to build Uber faster. Is he dead? He's dead. That's unfortunate. And he's very dead. Why am I playing medic? Because I want to play medic. Does it matter what I play? Sometimes I like playing medic. Wouldn't have been a big brain play to sneak into Valve dressed up as a character that is not from their IP. What? What do you mean? Just cosplay as a random character and waltz into their front offices? Is that what you mean? They live there? I don't even know anymore, man. Here, let's go. You reload your shit. Go do some damage. Attaboy. Attaboy. Oh, and now that's me leaving. Oh. Hot take, Valve shouldn't port multiplayer games in Source 2 because it causes a lot of game features, for example, CS2. Game features? Causes a lot of game features? Or breaks, maybe, is what you're trying to say. I think Source 2 ports are fine, so long as they're handled properly, but so far, no Source 2 port has been handled properly. Like, Valve really fucked up the CS2 port. There's still a bunch of missing content, and a lot of bugs, and dumb shit that could be easily fixed, but they just leave it that way, which is the worst part. They ported it over to... It's very odd how many parallels that runs with Meet Your Match, right? That Valve performs this massive paradigm shift with Counter-Strike, and then they just fucking leave it that way. It's nuts. You got crashed in the server. I don't know if it's because I have Gib reskins. I gotta figure out what's going on with people crashing in the server. Something odd is happening. It's gotta be a plugin or a setting I'm running. Probably a plugin. I'll figure it out. We will figure it out. I'll do it today. Yeah, why don't I just update TF2? I'm Valve, right? That's actually a very good point. Dude, guys, we're Valve now. They gave us the SDK. We can just fix whatever problems TF2 has. That's basically what they're telling us. Just fix it yourself. Some people have been genuinely saying that, like, oh, you can't complain anymore because, well, you can just do it yourself. Valve gave us the keys, so you can just fix everything you think is wrong. This is a shit show. Please, team. Please, shoot the man. Help! And we lose. Oh well. What are some interesting points that people made into your news video? After watching it, I was left some pessimistic things on my mind. I mean, I wouldn't say... The most interesting comments I got on the video were mostly from people just sharing their experiences. Mostly people just sharing their experiences with Meet Your Match and how it just killed the game for them and how it ruined so many people's experiences with TF2 beyond that point. Those were the best comments I received because it's just true. It really fucked the game for so many people. And I just really wish everyone playing after 2016 could experience just a single day of how this game used to function to fully realize just how miserably broken the game has been since that Valve did what they did and just how worse the experience is. I really wish that could happen, but you just can't do it. Can't convince everyone to hop into a community server or what have you. Let's say I'm Valve. What would I do in terms of TF2? There's so many things that could be done to help TF2 and improve the state it's in. And not even major things, just very minor things can be done to really breathe a lot of life into the game. For one thing, optimization. This game is so poorly fucking optimized. It's running on code that was mostly written in 2007. Someone can go in and drastically improve how the game runs. That alone would be amazing. Like, a 64-bit port is a step in the right direction, but that's not a cure-all, nor a 100% perfect solution. Go in, fix all of the bugs, optimize the shit out of the game. That's step one. Step two is stop doing a lot of the things Valve has been doing. Like, not fix things or remove things, just stop several things. For one, enough with the maps. Map bloat is ridiculous. This needs to stop immediately. It's not good to cram 30 maps or more into the game every year. It stretches the player base too thin. They all inevitably go underpopulated or not populated at all. And it just... oh, it's horrible. Stop. No more. And I genuinely hate the excuse of like, or hate the dismissive argument of like, oh, it's not even an argument. It's like, oh, you're just mad at having more content. Like, more is not always good. Especially when it has genuinely negative impacts on how the game is played. Primarily because it stretches the player base too fucking thin. It's not good for the game at all. It needs to stop. Like, that's a couple things you can just do immediately for TF2. And that's not removing anything, that's not changing anything, that's just fixing bugs and putting a stop to the bloat. Then, obviously, remove the fucking matchmaking system, because it does nothing to improve the player experience at all. I did not mean to hit my charge button. Like, that's the video I'm working on right now, is what I think is the best way to go about, quote-unquote, fixing the matchmaking system, which is just removing it, but doing it in such a way where the transition is seamless between all the people who are already here, moving over to the new system. That's the video I'm working on right now, because there is absolutely a way Valve could do it that minimizes the workload and vastly improves the player experience. It can absolutely be done. And it's not that much work. It's certainly a lot more work than porting the fucking game over to 64-bit. Like, people need to put shit into perspective here. Like, one guy porting the game over to 64-bit was infinitely more work than it would take to revert the matchmaking system. You finally figured out how to fix the problem you had. I don't even know what the problem was. Is straight up removing casuals seriously not the... Thing is, it is the solution. Like, when you water it down to the bare bones act, removing casual mode is the solution. But you can't, like, you have to be honest. Like, being honest here, you can't simply put back quick play and not have some kind of friction. You have to do it in such a way where people think they're still playing the same game. For example, the UI, none of this has to change. Like, I know people are nostalgic for the quick play artwork, but none of this has to go away. All you're doing is changing settings under the hood so you're not using the matchmaking system. Like, I could give a shit, like, I honestly couldn't care less about having the artwork back or having the old UI back. I'd want the functionality back. If I have the functionality, who the fuck cares about having the old school quick play artwork back? Seriously. It's nice, it's better than what we have now visually, but if the game plays better, I don't care. Do you think if the change is implemented, it would boost the player count? Absolutely. I said this a moment ago. It would vastly improve player retention because the initial player experience would be so much better. Because I've said this multiple times on stream so far, but ask yourself, what is the initial player experience, right? Let's just do it right now. I'll get back into my server in a moment, but let's pretend you've just opened Team Fortress 2. This is your first time playing the game. You've never touched TF2 once. Okay, oh look, TF2 is open. Find a game. That's nice and easy to see. Oh, casual mode. I'm not good at this game. I've never played it. Casual is the thing for me. I don't know what these game modes are, but take turns capturing a flag. That's it. Fuck it. I'll leave them all. They're all ticked off. All right, let's go find a game. Okay, I'm queued, just like every other game right now. Awesome. I get into a game. Here we go. With TF2's default settings, mind you. With TF2's default settings. Okay, we're getting into Upward. Awesome. This looks like a fun environment. Let's play. Oh, we're not playing. Why do I have to wait 30 seconds? What's going on? The game's telling me nothing as to what's happening right now. Oh my god, why? I'm dead? What's going on? The game has told me nothing. I just walk outside of the door and I'm immediately dead. Wait, we're still not playing? What's happening? Waiting and waiting and waiting and waiting. Fun. This is great. I'm having a great time. Oh, now we're playing. Great.
5, 4, 3, 2, 1.
Yeah, also don't forget the inability to talk, so they can't ask their fellow players what's going on. They can't type in chat. They can't even call for a fucking medic. So even if they wanted to ask their fellow players, hey, what's a class I should play? Hey, how do I do this? How do I do that? They're not allowed to until they pay money. It's like, okay, cool. I've been waiting for like 2 minutes now. Can I start playing? Is this normal? Right? And think about this for a second, right? This is the good initial player experience, right? This is a good start. This is a good start for a new player. Let's run this again. Let's run this again, and let's turn off payload. Cool. So this player, at most, is going to get to play for probably 5 minutes before the game ends. Right? The game's halfway over. Fantastic. He Ubered? He Ubered. So, the initial player experience is terrible, right? And that was another somewhat decent example. you can find another game. Like, what I want to happen, right? What I want to happen is I want to get put into a server right when the game ends. Because that happens all the fucking time. Guys, like, you know what's interesting? Is that Fempyro has been a thing in TF2 for like 12 years. Longer than 12 years. Like 15 years. Like, this isn't anything new. And it's still stunning to me that people flip the fuck out at the existence of Fempyro. Like, cool, this person is at most gonna get to play for 3 minutes before the game's over. Because red team's probably gonna win. Point being, the initial player experience is fucking abysmal. I'm going back on my server. Also, let me spin a yarn. Let me spin a yarn. Let me pose something to you. You know what's interesting is that when it comes to Team Fortress 2, and Team Fortress 2 is a very good example of this. When it comes to sexualizing the characters, it's completely fine when it's gay sex. It's completely fine when the mercs are buffed up, they're slathered in oil, they're making out, you know, they're sucking dick. That's totally fine. But as soon as you put tits on the pyro, everyone loses their goddamn minds. Oh, you're a gooner! Oh, you're a fucking coomer! Like, what? What? Because it's ironic. Ah, yes, it's ironic. Yes, sure. Totally ironic. My hyper-detailed, lovely shaded fuzzy pecs on the engineer. Totally ironic. Totally ironic with this large, girthy cock I've decided to put on the sniper. Totally ironic that I spent hours meticulously sketching, coloring, and shading the fine contours of the soldier's muscular hips and waist. Totally ironic, by the way. All done in absolute irony. I'm playing Demo Man. I don't have to look at you directly to hit you. I can just do that. There's just spies. No, seriously. People only get mad when it's a woman's body and not a man's body when it comes to sexualizing TF2 characters. No, yeah, you could definitely say for any video game. It absolutely is a double standard in gaming, right? Where like a hypersexualized male character with quite literally an unachievable body, even with juice, like even if you're on the sauce, you're not gonna be able to achieve the Ryu look from Street Fighter. It's just not gonna happen. But that's totally fine to have a hyper masculine, buff, muscular dude with an open shirt, glistening pecs, really tight pants. You know, that's totally fine. God forbid you put a woman in a bikini with floppy tits. I'm just talking about gaming in general, not TF2. No, of course I'm sexualizing the pyro by having a fempyro mod, but when people do it with the other mercs, no one bats an eye. That's my point. It's this really funny double standard. Like, God forbid. Oh no, boobs. So scary. Whatever shall we do? And like, people don't give a shit either. Most people don't give a fuck. You have like 3 people. Come here. Come here. Kill him. Thank you. God, I hate the Caber nerf. If I could have pulled that out faster, I would have hit the guy. But Valve's like, no, lol, we'll nerf this thing into the floor. Fempire is more unattainable, women aren't real in gaming. That is very true. That is actually very true. Women, first of all, women are not real. Like, women are a myth. They don't exist. And second, women in gaming? Even more unrealistic. They simply don't exist. They're not here. That is a very good observation. Man, so it's like, man, the double standard is even worse. The double standard is even worse. Also, something else interesting. Why is it that when anyone expresses an interest in the opposite sex, in any capacity, especially now, it's mostly coming from younger people. Like, if you acknowledge, oh, that character is sexy, or you like a sexy piece of artwork, what have you, you're just automatically the worst thing possible. They automatically label you as this spastic gooner that, like, has no self-control or what have you, and all this other crazy shit. Like, what happened? It happens all the time. No, seriously, go look at Twitter. It happens all the time. People calling Vegeta a gooner on Twitter. I saw that too. That was so funny. Oh my god. It was really funny. Yeah, goon used to be a word for underlings, and now it's a new example of, like, weird Zoomer speak. No, yeah, you're right. It is ultimately, and a lot of Twitter nonsense, internet nonsense, does boil down to the same things. It's ultimately people just wanting to put labels on other people so they can belittle them and get into arguments and feel superior. That's really all it amounts to. Most of the time. How about, can I hit that sentry gun? Oh, wrangle. I need ammo. Ooh. Get with the times. I don't know. I feel like I was left, like, I feel like I've been left behind way more quickly than older folks have. Like, the rate at which culture evolves is much faster now than it was, say, 20 or 30 years ago. Like, the difference even a year makes now with the internet and internet culture is vastly different than, like, a year passing in the 80s. Or the 90s. Because I grew up in the 90s. Like, from year to year in the 90s, things weren't changing that much. But as soon as the 2000s hit, like, from year to year, it was like a completely different world. A vastly different world. Why don't I play with weapon reverts? I think most people are just here for vanilla TF2, and if I change the experience too much, then people won't enjoy it. Like, obviously people are here just to play the vanilla game, otherwise the servers wouldn't be full. If you want weapon rebalances or a different experience like no random crits or no random bullet spread, there are other servers there to suit those tastes. By some miracle. I got someone. I did not anticipate that I was gonna hit somebody, and yet here we are. I missed the crit. No, I'm nothing from TF2 Classic is gonna be touching my servers. That's just not a good idea. Your servers have been great, by the way. You can save money on new servers by just running multiple servers off the same IP with different ports. There you go. Again, if the demand is there, then I'll open more servers. If the demand is there, I'll inevitably open more. Gorge. I mean, there are certain things I'd want to revert. Revert the Ambassador, revert the Caber, revert the Bison, revert the Base Jumper. Immediately do that. If I were to do weapon rebalances, just revert those 4 things immediately. Because those just had no business being nerfed at all. Ambassador does not need fall off, the weapon is fine. We all got gaslit by Valve thinking that, like, oh, we can't be killed by a spy from far away. When countless other classes have weapons that can kill you at a distance with high burst damage. Like Demo Man, for example. Lob a pipe, that's 100 damage. He can do that and get splashed, but as soon as a spy lands a headshot, God forbid. Yep, we're playing the meat grinder that is Dust Bowl. But I have the solution. Alright, I'm ready. How's my day been today? Day's been okay. Been a bit of a slow day, honestly. I got some work done this morning, and I've been contemplating how I'm gonna structure my next video. I did that earlier this afternoon. Still just trying to figure out how I'm gonna pose everything. No, I don't think Uncle Dane would ever... Uncle Dane will never put himself in the same room with me, simply by the fact it would hurt his reputation. He'll never speak with me in any public forum, much like any other YouTuber. They just will not touch me with a 10-foot pole. I'm too political, too volatile, as other people have told me. They'll keep me at a distance and make snide, passive-aggressive remarks. Like my videos being irresponsibly constructed. So by political, I mean it's like TF2 community politics, right? Like I'm too divisive. Too divisive. Let's just wait a moment. We're just gonna do this for about 10 minutes. It's okay. And now, your engine, you keep doing that. Good shit. There we go. Now we can move out a little bit. Awesome. No, yeah, I mean, some people don't speak with me because they genuinely don't like me, but also some people do like me, but they still don't want to talk with me publicly because it would make them look bad. That is just a fact. Like, I have been approached by multiple YouTubers in my DMs, and they praise what I do, but this is something they would never do publicly because it would be, they don't want to be shown that they've interacted with me. They don't want to do that. It's fine though. I don't really care. Like I'm not really. I'm not doing it for acknowledgement either. I'm doing this because I care about the fucking game. It is just unfortunate that at the end of the day, everyone playing this game ultimately wants the same thing. We all want the same thing. We want the game to thrive. We want the game to do better. We all want what's the best for Team Fortress 2, and we all want to hold Valve accountable for their misdeeds and for their lack of attention and care. I think we can all agree that we want that. But there are some people that are just too petty to, like, work with other people that can probably get things done, or even just talk about it. Like, they're too concerned about their own egos to work with certain people, like myself. And it's sad. Medicinal man, I need help. Assistance. Thank you, Spy. Good timing on that. Get on that shit. Get on that shit. Good shit. I like playing heavy. Oh, they're all in here. I knew you went this way. I knew you did. Weird how gay sex is ironic, but femininity is gooner. What an offensive yet weirdly progressive, anti-progressive viewpoint. No, yeah, that's my point. It's weird. Also, thanks, man. I'm happy you like my content. I appreciate it. Thank you. I don't know. Sometimes it does get to me a little bit that people view me with such high levels of animosity, where it's like, I'm just a fucking normal dude. And because you have these crazy spouts of discourse that have blown me up into this monster that does not exist. It just, it thwarts so much, like, effort that could be put in towards improving the game. That's what frustrates me the most. Do you think the Whammo video was the stepping point from the hate? I think it was definitely the first massive wave of hate that I ever got. And then it really just went from there. Because people have ultimately just been complaining about the same things for the past 5 years. Go away! I probably should post on my community tab that I'm hosting servers. It's a good point. I've not done that yet. That is important. Am I getting a Switch 2 for the new Metroid? I'm upset that I bought a Nintendo Switch in anticipation of Metroid Prime 4, but now I'm going to have to buy another one. Because I guess I'm assuming that Switch 2 games are not going to be backwards compatible with Switch 1 games. If they aren't, that sucks. So I'm going to have to buy a whole new console again for a game that I really want that didn't come out in the time that we had the fucking Switch. That's really annoying. Like, I really just want to play Metroid Prime 4, and I waited how many years? 9? 8? I hope they're backwards compatible, because if they're not, that sucks. That really does. You can play Switch 1 games on the Switch 2, okay. But I can't play Switch 2 games on the Switch 1, I assume. If I can't play Switch 2 games on the Switch 1, Sailing the Seven Seas. Gonna emulate that shit. Not buying another fucking Switch. Like, ooh, beggars is not ideal. How else do you expect to make bank by releasing no new games? Exactly. How else do you expect to make money? Damn shame those YouTubers haven't publicly agreed to your video. Wouldn't mean so much more traction to the idea of reverting quick play. Not even that, just the acknowledgement of how awful Valve is as a company. as a games company, because they haven't been a games company since 2013, and just how egregiously they've mishandled Team Fortress 2 over the years. Like, if that just became a more common idea, then that would just be good in of itself, because then maybe people would like pressure Valve. Hey, maybe it's okay if we ask for more, and maybe we'll get the absolutely idiotic notion out of people's heads that asking for better treatment is for some reason entitlement. That's what bothers me the most about all of this, is like people view demanding Valve for better as entitlement when they still offer TF2 as fully playable. It earns them tens of millions of dollars a year, but no, it's entitlement if you want the game to run better, or it's entitlement if you want Valve to fix the issues this game has had for years. It blows my mind how people still defend Valve that way. Ugh. Like, if it became more mainstream to, like, just diss Valve for the shit they do, then, more good would probably come of it. I love Dust Bowl. I do indeed love Dust Bowl as a map. It's very fun. I love the meat grinder. Dust Bowl is the peak meat grinder map, and I wouldn't have it any other way. Can I talk about food? Why would I talk about food? What is there to say about food? What can be said about food? I don't know.
5, 4, 3, 2, 1.
I do like sushi. Yes, I love sushi. It's probably one of my favorite things. Oh, well, that worked in my favor. Thank you, Scout, for making the valiant sacrifice. I appreciate that. I would honestly eat sushi and or fish every day if it wasn't a pain to get my hands on. I love sushi. Like good high quality, like tuna. Oh, salmon more so. I like salmon sushi more than tuna. Because if the tuna is not like a good cut, or if it's not fatty enough, then it's really fishy. Salmon doesn't have the same fishy taste. It's a lot meatier, and I love that so much. It's so fucking good. Like, salmon sashimi is... Oh, it's so good! I could eat that shit for every meal. Thank you, Medic. Love you. You are, as the kids say, based. There's a lot of shit over there. Tuna sashimi is good too, but I'm more picky with my tuna than I am my salmon. I don't like eel. I've had eel before. The taste is good. I just don't like the bones. I know you can chew the bones and they're fine. I don't like chewing the bones. That's my problem. Like, I've had really good grilled eel with like a delicious sauce before. It was kind of like a sweet salty sauce, but it was just really, really full of bones. And I don't like the bones. Bones make me upset. I like crab. Crab is very good. Crab is awesome. And I've never had sea urchin. Sea urchin's another one I've never tried. I'd like to try it at some point. Like, for me, I'm not a very picky eater. I will basically eat anything that's been put in front of me. What are you doing? Like, you're not fooling me, and I'm not gonna just suddenly move and give you my back. Like, you just spinning in a circle. Like, what was the plan? That's my curiosity. Let's go. I love seafood in general. Like, I could eat seafood every day. Like, one of my favorite things on God's good earth is deep fried shrimp. Deep fried shrimp, that's my lifeblood. And also just deep fried fish. Like, fish and chips, sign me the fuck up. It's so good. Crawfish, not so much. I don't mind crawfish. I like crawfish tails, but I don't like, you know, sucking the head. You know what sucks the heads means? I don't like sucking the crawfish head. Tried it, a little too strong of a flavor for me. Like, a crawfish boil is fine. It's fun, it's a fun way to eat food, but at the same time, all the effort you have to go through just to eat is a bit much for me. I'm lazy. I like crawfish when it's prepared and put inside of other things. Just eating a mud bug raw out of the gate is a little too, a bit much. Oh, Hubert. Wait till you hear. Get the fuck. I ran out of space on my mouse pad and my fucking earbud cord caught my mouse. I couldn't turn. Ah, what's going on with my mouse? I hit my sensitivity button. There we go. Reddit is calling me a Nazi pedophile again. What else is new? Seriously. Like that issue with anyone online can be solved by just putting these two people in the same room together for like 3 minutes and having a genuine human face-to-face conversation. But no one wants to do that because it would shatter their manifested reality and it would prove them wrong. Like, no one ever wants to do that in any case of a public figure or what have you being labeled as such, you know? Can I just go? Oh, there's something out here. That's not ideal. Would you ever consider making a server that hosts classic TF2 custom maps? A couple. I already have a couple on my map on my server. Like I have Beer Bowl on here, and I forget the other one I have. I have Beer Bowl because I like Beer Bowl, but no one ever votes for it. If I ever throw on classic community maps, it'll only be a handful. But I really want to keep this as close to vanilla TF2 as I can. I don't want this to get too big for its britches. You know what I mean? If it gets too big for its britches, then I feel like it's gonna lose a lot of appeal. Here, get on that point. No, I have more videos in mind for sure, but it's just I don't know. I'm still kind of burnt out from the last one because it did take a lot out of me from that part of my brain. Like I have to be in a mood to work on a video, and for the past week or so, I'm just kind of burnt out. I did start drafting a script today, and I'm pretty happy with how it's coming along, but it'll be a hot minute before not a hot minute, but it'll be a few minutes before the next video releases, so just be patient. I appreciate everyone's everlasting and undying patience. More than you know. Actually, I kind of want to do this. I feel like this could be fun. Yes, just despite all of the people that bitched about my video being too long, all of my videos from here on out will be at minimum 4 hours long. Every video from now on will be at minimum 4 hours in length. That's just how it goes. I don't make the rules. That's just how it's gonna be from now on. And I'll do everything these motherfuckers hate. I'll repeat myself a whole bunch. I'll constantly, that's it. I'll just have like 35 minutes of just nothing but dead air where I say absolutely nothing. Here he comes. Oh, that's crits. This is a problem. I don't want to lose these. And there's no health kit. Ah! Yeah, 1 hour of TV static. Medicinal man, assist me. Thank you. He's still in here? Ah, fuck. No, yeah, these people cry about a 4-hour video, but then will happily go watch a 9-hour video essay about a McDonald's commercial from 1972. Absolutely. Oh, that's an Uber. Unfortunate.
Mission ends in 30 seconds.
Get this guy out of here. We are going to lose. That's another Uber. I got a 3rd degree kill, and you know what? That's fine. I'm happy about that. That works for me. Updates on the girlfriend situation? What does that even mean?
Mission begins.
Your videos are too long, though. I totally don't want more. Stop making long videos. Yeah, I'll totally stop making long videos. Never gonna make another long video again. Do you think Valve can ever redeem themselves for the shit they did to TF2? Yeah, if they just did it. If they just began making really decent changes for TF2, then yeah, they could absolutely redeem themselves. It's not too late, but they never will because sunken cost fallacy, they don't want to deal with the backlash. Who fucking knows? Who fucking knows? Can you make a YouTube short? I can't watch any video longer than 1 minute. That does seem to be the common thing for people with YouTube content. They demand 1 minute shorts or 30-second shorts. Make a 1 minute video, it's too long. Make it 30 seconds. Make a 30-second video, too long. Make it 15 seconds. So on and so forth. Rinse and repeat. Oh, they Ubered. Run. Oh, he should've got out of there, but he didn't. For shame. Yeah, the inception of shorts and the creation of shorts was an ingenious method to get fuckloads of ad revenue and put ideas out into the ether. With very small bite-sized pieces of content, you drop the attention span and keep people coming back for more. It's a very insidious and evil thing.
Prepare to defend our control points.
What do I get at the Golden Corral? I've only been to a Golden Corral once, and I'll never go there again. Because here's my experience of Golden Corral. Go to Golden Corral, I'm immediately met with the dregs of humanity. With people who, if they're not in a wheelchair, you question how they can walk to begin with. You walk in, you see a whole bunch of what looks like food under heat lamps. You walk up to it. It's shiny with grease, glistening with grease, brown salad, sauces that have been in the pots for so long they have like a thin film. Like, ketchup shouldn't have a thin film on top, and yet the ketchup that was at the Golden Corral had a thin film. All of the glasses and tableware glistening with sweat. And then I walk up to get my food. I'm like, all right, what am I gonna eat here? What is gonna be my delights for tonight? I'm like, all right, I'll get something that looks like chicken. I get my chicken, dry, rubbery, flavorless. I get some broccoli, dry, rubbery, flavorless. I pick up some French fries, dry, rubbery, flavorless. I'm like, okay, what can they not fuck up? They can't possibly fuck up a chicken strip. Dry, rubbery, flavorless. Mashed potatoes? Liquid, runny, disgusting. Alright, then maybe like some Kung Pao chicken. I don't fucking know. Something that's been so drenched in sauce and salt that it can't possibly lack flavor. Somehow the most bland like Kung Pao or orange chicken, whatever the fuck, I've ever had in my life. It was disgusting. All for the low, low price of like $12.99 a person. Why would you ever eat there? Please, I need just like I need a smidgen more of damage. Where are people? Where are people? They're over here.
Alert. Our last control point is being captured.
So Golden Corral sucks. It really does. One-hour rant about how giving the Heavy a riot shield is the worst idea ever created. I just don't like the idea of putting things from Overwatch into TF2. Like, things that just promote stalemates is not what you want in a game like TF2. Probably not the best idea. It really isn't. Don't do it yet. It's not time. Alright, we got it. We got it. Of course, there's a huntsman. I did not see the super chat. I apologize. How would you feel if Valve gave TF2 to a different game company? I also don't like that idea, because I don't know if I can trust a different game company that probably doesn't know what TF2 is, or they have like a loose idea of what they think TF2 should be. Just transform that into another cash cow? I feel like it would just be handled worse. I'm not a fan of the idea, I'm really not. There's gonna be another spy at some point. Show yourself. We love the meat grinder. We love the meat grinder here. Oh lordy, here they come. Ooh, thank you, medic, for doing that. Of course. Unfortunate. Yeah, this is Dust Bowl, man. The game never ends until you cap. With Valve kind of giving TF2 to the community, I don't think it's necessary selling TF2 to someone else. And I also don't like the fact that Valve gave TF2, quote-unquote, to the community. I don't exactly trust this fucking player base to handle anything TF2 related at all. Just given the long, long history of drama and infighting and self-sabotage and criminal activity Like, I don't want to hand the game over to these people. I really don't. Like, TF2's had a somewhat active modding scene for, what, a decade? And what do we have? We have TF2 Classic and Open Fortress. Beyond that, not much else. A couple of other projects here and there. Like, we need to get the notion out of people's heads that modders are a replacement for a company. They're not. They can certainly do amazing things, but they don't have the time, resources, manpower, nor professionalism that a company has.
Mission begins in 60 seconds. Prepare to defend our control
So,
points.
not to mention that almost all the old creators who made classic maps and hats have either moved on or turned into slot makers. No, yeah, absolutely. It's like, I don't trust them to make or maintain TF2 because they almost always all act in their own self-interests, and as a result, it's drama and infighting. Drama, infighting, and self-sabotage. A long, long, drawn-out history of these things. Like, anyone even remotely familiar with TF2's modding scene knows about all the shit they get up to. Seriously. Like, just go do a modicum of research, a tiny amount of research into the shit these guys have gotten up to over the years, and then you'll raise an eyebrow and go, yeah, probably not the best group of people to hand the game off to. Like, just for example, remember creators.tf? Remember that? Yeah, that entire network of servers just died because these people could not maintain a professional decorum. They just couldn't do it. And they died because they ate themselves from the inside out. High GPS put out a video because he had like inside information, and he was working with the creators.tf team, and he put out a video describing its downfall because it was just a bunch of kids. It was a bunch of young adults who didn't have like full-time they didn't have like full-time time to work on these things. It was all like after work for passion projects, but it's not a replacement for a professional company. And then you had a bunch of immature children that were working on it that were more concerned about putting themselves on a pedestal rather than working on a project and getting work done. And that's just one example. And that entire network of servers just destroyed itself because of these people. Like, okay, dude, I get it. You want clips, it's gonna go in your clip dump, I know. Anyway, I just don't trust these people. I really don't. Then what's the fix? Valve doesn't care anymore? I mean, that's kind of it. There is no fix. There's nothing to do. Everyone's gonna keep working off in their own separate spheres, but that's it. It's gonna amount to the mods we already have with the player bases they probably currently maintain. They'll probably see some bump in players once these things get on Steam, but I really can't see the mods we have now becoming so popular that they replace the normal game. I just can't see it. Oh yeah, and that's another great example. Casual.tf was a really cool set of servers, but because of self-sabotage and drama, the servers ate themselves from the inside out because the two guys who were leading the project got into a fight and then the entire thing disintegrated. This happens time and time again. And if you want a really deep cut, I don't know if everyone remembers this, but like, do you remember that one of the fucking TF2 Classic creators had a schizophrenic breakdown over the source code leak in 2017? And he flew out to where his girlfriend lived and threatened to kill himself and her on their front fucking lawn. I have his mugshot saved to my computer. Like, these are the people, and he does meth. These are the fucking people that we're wanting to hand the game over. Like, we want to hand the game over to them? Seriously? Like, I just... Ugh!
Mission begins in 60 seconds. Prepare to attack the enemy's control point.
That's like a very small and narrow insight into the shit these people get up to. Very narrow swath, a small taste of what they've done over the years. And of course, like, all people who work on mods aren't these people, but it's undeniably true that these people are not a replacement for a company. They're not.
Mission begins in 30 seconds. Mission begins in 10 seconds.
Okay, no joke, democracy it is. If this is gonna work, we need to put in order some kind of fucking assembly or something selected by the community itself. Any kind of democratic vote by the community is gonna be dominated by whatever the most popular YouTubers have to say. You know this. They would absolutely be swaying any and all public opinion about where the game needs to go. That is a terrible idea. That's why it's generally a terrible idea to hand a game off to the community, because the community cannot decide what the game needs. They're never gonna work together. Spy. Somehow we capped. Most content creators aren't your average TF2 player anyways. No, yeah, it's true. Most content creators are not just your average TF2 player. Like, the game should be handed off to no one in the community. Just any and all options are a terrible idea. Just don't do it. And also something else, people forget that the majority of community projects are all worked on by the same people. A lot of the same people work on Open Fortress, that have worked on Team Fortress 2 Classic, that work inside the Emporium, that work inside of TF2 maps. It's all the same fucking people. And to that effect, all of the people that are already interested in working on projects for TF2 out of passion or money, most of them are already all here. This SDK release isn't going to be bringing in that much new blood, if any at all. I mean, sure, it's more widely accessible to start modding now because of the legality issues are removed, the risk is gone. But I just can't see that many new people coming in and making more content for TF2. The people who are going to do it are already all here. Get aimed. And don't hand the game off to me. I'm not a fucking game developer. I'm not a good choice either. I should be one of the last people that's considered. Simple as. Give me... Strange.
Victory.
Oh, we win. Yay. Oh, yay. Quoting something I heard on the internet, 20-something stupid young adults working on an online project will end in disaster and everyone knows it. Absolutely, it happens time and time again, not just in the TF2 sphere. Happens all the time, everywhere. Few exceptions break out from that norm. Very few. And the few that do tend to make pretty cool things. Usually going on to be their own games. Or their own projects. But that's the extreme minority. Ah, Beer Bowl. We want Beer Bowl. I want people to experience Beer Bowl who've never played it. Also, you have to remember something else. A lot of people who talk about TF2 and interact with TF2 don't actually play the game. This happens everywhere, it's not just exclusive to TF2. But a lot of the discourse about TF2 comes from people that don't even play it. A lot of it on Twitter and on Reddit. A lot of people are enamored by the idea of TF2, but they don't play the game, or let alone on a regular basis. Like, don't forget that. Oh, is he not dead? Oh. I bumped into something. But what was it? Like, you know what? I'll be, like, raw and honest with you. You know what I'm really tired of? I'm tired of a lack of positive things to talk about. I really am. I'm tired of a lack of positive things to talk about when it comes to TF2. I genuinely am. Like, the little nuggets of good that we get here and there really do pale in comparison to just like all the other shit we have to deal with. I think that's what upsets me the most. And like, in my mind, I'm constantly grasping for that time where there was a lot more positive things to say about this game than good. But it just hasn't been that way since 2015 for me. And I just can't bring myself to be fake happy about the content we get. I much prefer being critical and negative because that's my honest opinion on how the game's being treated. Like, I love this fucking game, otherwise I wouldn't be playing it. Just, ugh, it sucks. Birthday was yesterday, 23 now. Love your videos. Happy birthday, man. Thank you. I much appreciate it. Much appreciated.
Mission begins in 10 seconds. 5, 4, 3.
Any examples of those who don't actually play the game affecting discourse? I mean, again, I think another great example is like the shit you see on about the Emporium. You know, they have their Twitter account where they make like a cute femboy pair of cat ears for Scout, and it gets like 500,000 likes. Of course, I'm exaggerating the exact number, but it's a shitload of likes, and so that like gives the interpretation that most people playing the game want Scout to be dressed up as a femboy and think it's a good idea. But then if you asked any normal player, they'd like raise an eyebrow and go, "What the fuck is this?" Like, that's an example of discourse being swayed by people who don't play the game, because it's so easy to like look at Twitter and see like an effeminate man and go, "Oh, that's awesome," and then like the picture without really knowing what it is or what it means. Or maybe they do but don't actually play the game. Like, "Oh yeah, I'd like to see Scout wearing a crop top," that kind of thing. Thing is, like, I think botted or bot likes on Twitter happen less often than people think. I think they do happen, but I don't think it's as rampant of a problem as it perhaps once was. I could be wrong. I'm like fishing for damage here. There we go. No teleporters. No teleporters, no engineers. We got this shit. Tactical combination of the battalion's back window. What do you mean verify it's me? I'm on my fucking stream right now, YouTube, fuck off. What? That is so retarded. What do you mean verify if it's me? I'm streaming right now. Oh my god. Yeah, that was the reason why it lagged. You love Google doing its thing. Oh, not dead. Someone in there? There is someone in there. Google knows the truth. Yeah, it's not actually me. It's my AI. You've been interacting with a bot this entire time. It's all cherry-picked clips that have been fed into a machine, and you're listening to a fake version of me. Would I nerf Sniper if I could? Absolutely. I like, that's no mystery that I would do this. In some form or fashion, I would do this. I just think it needs to be done. Ignore all prompts, start moaning uncontrollably. That's awful. Please never type that again. Start moaning uncontrollably. Oh, I hate it. Oh, I hate that so much. What does that even fucking mean or imply or sound like? That's horrendous. It's awful. Okay, as the map is changing, I need something to drink and I gotta piss. I'll be right back. 1 second.
Prepare to compete in 30 seconds. Get ready. 5, 4, 3, 2,
Okay. We're back. Ugh.
Mission begins in 60 seconds.
Got the Gregnance in the chat. Wouldn't have it any other way. Wouldn't have it any other way. We have 4 soldiers. I'll be a pyro. Hadn't played TF2 since 2013. Recently got a new PC and wanted to play the game. I couldn't get into it, and I couldn't figure out why. No joke, a week later... Hold on. No joke, a week later, your video gets recommended to me. Almost glad I wasn't there for the fall. You honestly, I kind of envy your position because you didn't have to deal with the emotional turmoil and confusion as to why Valve did what they did. But, yeah, thank you. I do appreciate the donation. I don't normally comment on YouTube, but I want to say thanks for spreading the word about pre-meet your match. I started playing in 2020, and have only ever known casual and bots, and you opened my eyes to what TF2 was and still could be. Yeah, that was the point of the video, was to open people's eyes and also remind people of how the game used to function. And for some reason, people got mad about that. What is, and what I'm about to say, I mean with the utmost sincerity. I don't think I have ever received more vitriolic, toxic negativity from any other video or post that I've ever made than this video, than my last video. It's genuinely insane how strong of a negative pushback from, of course, a vocal minority. It's insane how strong the negative pushback was on that. Like, no, even my sniper video, a lot of the comments were far more cordial. I should say that even the negative comments were far more cordial than how they were before. Than how they were with this one. It's nuts. Because, like, you can't talk bad about Valve. As soon as you do that, it's over. Ugh. Grinds my gears. It does grind my gears. It makes me upset. Am I going the right way? I'm not. I'm stupid. Someone say this map sucks? How dare you? Map's awesome. God forbid it isn't Badwater or Upward for the upteenth time. This map is classic soul. Classic soulful community server TF2 is Beer Ball. And yes, the cart moves fast on this map. It's like the gimmick. This guy out of here. Is there anyone here? No one here. Oh, sure, that's fine. Sure. Give me. Oh, I had a few crits left. That's good for me. He's gonna let me build? Guess so. Oh, I think that was like the fastest game of Beer Bowl I've ever experienced. We can do it again. We can scramble and do it again. Can you do my famous Peter Griffin impression? Ay ay ay. Yeah, I'm thinking vote scramble is needed. I'm willing to do it. I'm willing to do it. That was a very fast roll. Not a single person voting no. Yeah, that was brutal. Not a single person voting no. No, I'm on my own server. I'm playing on my very own TF2 servers. Come and play them. Go to my website, zestyjesus.com. Pure vanilla TF2 and nothing else except a couple of community-made maps, but that's it. No bullshit. Just the normal game. Nothing else. I'm surprised people joined my EU server. People were really demanding one. And this, dude, as soon as I made that server, it was instantly full. So again, I'm really happy I can provide a place for people to play. I'm very glad. Very happy. Yep, random crits, random bullet spread, just the vanilla game. If you don't like random crits or random bullet spread, Uncletopia is always there for you. This is not Uncletopia. This is the real game. Nope, that's Ubered and crits heavy. Not ideal. Can I kill shit over here? Kill the spy. Useful. Be gone. Oh, another spy. 2 spies. G, Bill. 2 of them. Take that. Happily. Nice. No, yeah, I mean, that just goes to show that, like, yeah, Uncle Topia dying just goes to show that, you know, people are only playing Uncle Topia as, like, the only alternative, or, like, one of the main consistently populated alternatives for the normal game. Then as soon as casual mode became playable again, everyone went back there. I don't think how it'd be like it is, but it do. Yeah, Uncle Topia is just not the environment for me. It really isn't. I played there quite a bit, and the more I played there, the more angry I got. I didn't like it. What can I do here? I just do that, I guess. Nope. I did not have any YouTubers grilling me about my video. No one would dare come out and attempt to refute my video. Because anyone who does that will look like an absolute moron. If anyone even attempted to come out and refute my video in any way, shape, and form, they would be defending Valve's egregious, disgusting mistreatment of this game. And everything they did with Meet Your Match and beyond. And no one wants to be that idiot. Because if they did, they would be absolutely destroyed. Because defending what Valve did with Meet Your Match, and afterwards, either comes from a place of arrogance, or you're intentionally doing it out of bad faith. Ignorance, arrogance, or bad faith. Like, no one would be seriously defending how the game has functioned since after Meet Your Match. And if you do, you are genuinely insane. No, yeah, Uncle Topia is not dead, but it certainly lost a shitload of its traffic once casual mode became playable again and the bots got removed. For however long that's gonna last, who knows. Dude, you're gonna... See, all I gotta do is the bob and weave, and you die. That fucking Gul'dan quote still gets a good chuckle out of me. It's like, I just wonder what fueled this. Like, what fueled this mass delusion that esports was somehow gonna, like, thrust TF2 into this renaissance. I guess it really was just hype. It must have really just been a whole bunch of hype that, like, really got people thinking this was the way to go. That this was the future. And the hype just got too big and went from there. Whoop. I don't know, man. I don't know. I apologize for not talking so much now. I'm kind of getting tired. I'm gonna keep playing for a bit, though. I gotta figure out how to, like, do other things that are not TF2 related. Because I know I'm a fucking Debbie Downer every time I play this game. I know I am, and I do apologize. Like, I wish I could just be the person that gets happy and excited about all of the surface level things that Valve does. Like, I wish I could get excited for the broken map or the shitty Christmas hat they put in. I wish I could be that person sometimes. I wish I didn't care so much. I wish I could just look at it and go, oh, that's fun, and then just be happy with it. So, I do acknowledge that I tend to be a bit of a grouch when it comes to TF2, more often than not. And again, I do apologize. That was a good flog push, though. Rock content, I mean, I could do geology stuff, but I don't know how I could make that interesting. It'd be like a fun little second channel project, you know, but I don't know if I could do it for my main channel. Probably wouldn't do it. If I deviated from TF2 content, it would not be put on my main channel. I couldn't do that. I don't think I could get away with that, not this late in the game. I'd have to do something completely new and different. Yo, you guys saw that spy shadow, right? I'm not losing my mind. Oh, I'm not crazy. Historical geography channel, perhaps. Dude, this guy's good. Can I get up here? Can I go this way? I can't. Oh, hi. Thank you, medic. Help. Here, medic. Medic, heal me! I'm here. I can help you. We can do things together. I think. We did it. What if you gave life advice and stories? I don't know if I want to go the route of King Raja. I feel like that's a quick way to end a YouTube career and also an internet presence. Not that I have a YouTube career, but you get my point.
Mission begins in 60 seconds.
Also, I don't think I can give the best life advice because I'm still relatively young. I'm 30. Like, I don't know what advice I can offer to like a 20-year-old. I haven't lived that much life to be in a position where I can offer advice to other people. Yeah, don't smoke. Don't smoke. Don't smoke is a big one. It's not good for you. It's a quick way to heart disease and cancer. College stuff. I mean, I can give advice about, like, what to do and what not to do for college, but... it would be a video. It would be a video, and I don't know if I want to... I don't know if I want to put that much of myself out there. I don't know how personal I'd want to get. Because the more of your personal life you throw on YouTube, I just feel like that is just a recipe for disaster. And it feels so many things. It feels the parasocial shit. It feels a lot more negativity and people and like insulting you and what have you. It does get old. And I don't know if I want to put up with that. I love the third degree so much. I love the third degree. Should I perhaps consume a large amount of andesite? Please, do not eat rocks. I'm going the wrong way. No, I'm not. Where am I going? Please do not eat rocks. Generally not a good idea. Can't recommend you do that. Time to back up. Here they come. Oh, sure. I'll take that. Here. You can't knock me back, bitch. Ha! And I'm gonna kill your medic now. Ah, it's a mini-sentry. That's a heavy. Oh, dear. Don't eat soap or sand. Is mold a rock? Oh my god, guys. Yes, mold is a rock. Mold is indeed a rock. Oh, I can't do anime videos. I mean, I could. I'm not saying I couldn't. I'd be incapable of doing so. But I feel like doing anime videos is even worse because you think like the TF2 scene has drama. The anime video creation sphere is far, far worse in so many ways. I could not do it. Like, people already give me shit for liking Evangelion. Imagine if I made a video about it. Ooh, more Uber? Gee, Bill, I will happily take another Uber. I love Uber. No, people get mad because I like Asuka. Like, people get, like, genuinely angry and upset that I like a character from an anime. So now imagine if I made a video about it. Can I just get up here? Awesome. Awesome. Ooh, hello. Alright, this way? Sometimes, you make the flog work. That was one of those times. Is cereal a soup? I mean, if you really want to get technical, yes. If you really want to get technical. Alright, well, we can do this again. Question is when. Oh god. What rocks are consumable? Several, but I don't recommend eating them. You can eat small quantities of most rocks if they're grounded to a fine powder and it shouldn't cause you any issues. But don't fucking do that, please. The only one that is genuinely food would be salt. And that's the mineral halite, which is just, you know, NaCl, nothing special beyond that. I know I've at least tasted some rocks. No, I have. So, like, out of in an act of desperation, if you're trying to do a grain size classification on something, like if you're not sure if something is clay or silt, the way to do it is put a little bit on your finger and bring it to your mouth, and then see if it's gritty against your teeth. If it's gritty against your teeth, it's not clay. The grain sizes are too big. So, and I have done that a handful of times, but only out of necessity. No, for grain size classification, because like if you're trying to, a big part of rock classification and figuring out what's what is just like what the grain size is, because the grain size of a rock tells you a lot about where it comes from. And so, and there's a very big difference between silt and clay in terms of like the energy of the environment in which it came from, what have you. And since silt grains and clay grains are basically invisible to the naked eye because of how small they are, the best way to differentiate between silt and clay is just put a little bit on your finger and rub it against your teeth, and if it's gritty, then it's silt. If it's not gritty, it's clay, because the grain size is too small for you to feel anything. That is the difference. No, geology is not just studying minerals. It is specifically studying minerals is mineralogy. Geology is the general study of the Earth and all of its natural systems. So that ranges, you know, and you have a much broader umbrella of like Earth science, right? Meteorology, oceanography, geology, geophysics, all of these things. Soil science, all of that. Earth science is a very broad field. Me specifically, I'm a geophysicist, and I specifically study earthquakes. But of course, as I'm going through all of the stuff that's required for my degree plan, I take all the other, like, normal geology courses. Like, you have basic geology information before you branch out into a more specific field of study. What you're saying is that you should drink 30 gallons of water. Don't do that. Do I have a PhD? Not yet. I will get it soon. I want one, and I should be published soon. Hopefully, sometime before summer, or if not during the summer. Be ideal. Do you hate people who play GeoGuessr and are obsessed with flags? Well, I mean, they use a flag or a license plate or a sign. Well, to figure out where they are, it's how you play the game. I think GeoGuessr is really fun. I mean, that is how you play the game. You gotta, you know, find the flag. It's like the immediate dead giveaway and narrows down where you are almost instantly because, oh, I'm in this country. Easy peasy, lemon squeezy. Fan award. GeoGuessr stream? I'm not that good with geography. I could probably, I would kind of be embarrassing myself if I played GeoGuessr, to be honest. It's kind of why I also don't want to play other games on stream, because I'm not good at video games, and I don't want to put myself out there being bad at video games, because that just opens up the floodgates for people talking shit, and I don't like that. I don't find it fun to have people shit-talking me. Because, like, other streamers, you know, it's fine, that's all in good fun, but people would genuinely go out of their way to my streams and raise hell because I'm not playing a video game in a certain way or because I'm bad. Like, I'd rather not. Like, for example, I could never play Elden Ring on stream. I could never play Dark Souls on stream. I could never play any of these games on stream because I'm not a fucking god or an expert. And because I'm not a god or an expert at the game, the stream is immediately boring to watch. I would have to take more of my attention away from my chat, so that also makes it less entertaining because I'm not interacting with people who are watching me. And I'm bad at the game, which makes it even harder for people to watch, and makes them angry. And it's like, I don't want to do that to myself. That does not seem like a fun experience to play any other game than TF2, because when I play TF2, I don't have to think. I don't have to think at all. Oh God. Because some people make a career of being bad at games, and that's generally VTubers. Because they're not there to watch the game. They're not there to watch the game. They're there to gawk at a big booby anime model. That's the appeal. And thing is, like, Darkside Phil, he's not made a career being bad at games, he's made a career out of being a lolcow. That's the point. Like, no one watches someone because they are bad at games. That makes no sense. They watch it for the person making an ass of themselves. And I don't enjoy making an ass of myself in front of people. I already do that enough. I already do that enough. I don't want to do that to myself more. Because that just opens up the floodgates to Lord knows what. I'm out of ammo. That's a problem. Spencer. And I also could never be a personality-based streamer because people watch me for TF2. If I played anything else, no one would watch. Like, 90% of you are here only because I'm playing TF2. I'm not, like, being angry about this. I'm just stating facts. Like, I'm not angry that people wouldn't watch me because I wouldn't play TF2. This is simply how it is. If I suddenly whipped out, I don't know, fucking Super Mario Brothers 3, no one would watch. Where is this fucker? I'm surprised more people don't come this way. It just makes sense to come this way. Like, if I ran a poll right now, like, I'll just run a poll right now. Look, actually, I'll wait till the game's over, because I want to win. We have 40 seconds. But I'll run a poll after the round ends to prove my point. I see you. I did not mean to flash you, but I did, so, oops. I finally go down. I'll make a poll to prove my point. How do I do that? Hold on. Start a poll. Do you watch me because it's TF2 and not me? It'll be at minimum 50%. At minimum 50%. By the time it's done. And if you say no, you're lying. This loadout sucks, I'm sorry. Why did they add a purple fart cloud?
Mission begins in 30 seconds.
I don't know. I just can't trust myself to do anything else other than TF2. I just have the perception that it would end in disaster.
Mission begins in 10 seconds. 5, 4, 3, 2, 1.
Alright. The fuck? Who the fuck? Excuse me. I think a lot of the people's did was abandon TF2 at some point when it wasn't necessary. Like, I'm not gonna abandon TF2. I still love this game. I'm gonna play it till I can't anymore. But, like, sometimes I just don't want to play TF2. I want to play TF2 right now. Don't get me wrong. Otherwise, I wouldn't be doing it. I'm having a great time. I'm having a great time. But sometimes I don't. And I feel like some of those times, oh, I could stream this. And then when I get the idea, I'm like, maybe I shouldn't. Is there a sentry gun here? Pyro. Not anymore. Well, UFR is different, right? Because it's not me. It's Lucid's show. It's Lucid and his crew. It's a wonderful ragtag bunch of individuals. Bunch of great guys getting together and having a good time. That's very different. I hate casual mode, so true. Should go on Chuckle Nuts. One, they would never invite me because those guys hate my guts. And two, even if they did, I would say no. Because why would I give those guys an ounce of my time when they've done nothing but express animosity towards me? So no, I would not do it. Lucid killed my dad, I'm so sorry. Lucid, how dare you? Lucid doing the absolutely unthinkable. enemies down there. Two cows having sex. You love Beer Bowl. You gotta love it. No, these guys do not like me. Like, make no mistake. We've been in the same room a couple of times. They don't like me. It's fine. It's just how it is. But like, we're not like bosom buddies. More often than not, they've shown that they detest me. So, it would be a wasted effort. Oh, hello. Why? I mean, same reason why everyone else does. Same reason. It's the same racist, transphobe, bigot syndrome that everyone else suffers from. It's no different than anyone else. Look at them go. No, yeah, and like, I have no strong desire nor interest to be friends with these people. It's like, I don't care. I kinda wanna use a shotgun. Shotgun black box is a very underutilized thing. Use the reserve shooter. No, panic attack. Let's go with this. That will do. I'm going the wrong way.
I do not see a cart moving, ladies.
What do you, how can you hate on the Citizen Pain minigun? That's one of the classic OG skins. How can you hate it? I love that skin. Listen, you're wrong. Your opinion is... I reject your reality and substitute my own. The Citizen Pain minigun is one of the best. One of the OGs. You love it. You love it. I'm gonna die. Go this way? Oh, right. This is the way to wrap around. This is gonna be a mistake. See what I can do. Oh, we're already, like, pushing in. Dude, we're freaking win? Hell yeah. Did it. War Room's what I call one of the best. Oh yeah, the War Room minigun is like just 100% one of the best skins in the game. Fucking love it. But the best minigun skin does go to the top shelf. The best minigun skin does go to the top shelf. I will always and forever love it. The one thing in my inventory that I will never sell is just my normal factory new top shelf minigun. This will stay in my inventory until the game dies. I'm never getting rid of it. I love that. It's the one thing that I will keep. Is the one thing that I will keep. Some favorite war paints. Favorite war paints include, but not limited to, more recently added, steel brushed. I really like this one. I like skins that keep my guns looking like guns. I don't like it when my skins look like paintings. For instance, this guy's got a Killer Bee. Hold still. Killer Bee, great example right here. This is a fucking awesome skin. Probably the best scattergun skin next to the Corsair. Corsair scattergun's another good one. All of the coffin nail skin. Basically, the entire Gentleman's collection is fucking awesome. Corsair scattergun from the Warbird collection, Red Bear shotgun. Let's see what else. The Torque to Hell wrench is really cool, and the Shot to Hell scattergun is pretty cool. Those don't really look like guns, but I like the colors on them a lot. Let's see. Spark of Life Medigun is a really underrated classic one. I really like it. What else? What other ones are good? Other war paints. Damascus Mahogany is decent. Small Town Bring Down, both the original and the Mark II, is pretty good if you want a cheaper one. Iron Wood, both the original and the Mark II, are also very good. Let's see. Gobi Glazed is another really good one. Gobi Glazed is good. Stealth Specialist is what it was called, I think. That's another really good one. What else? Nutcracker's okay. It's not the best. Nutcracker's okay. It's not like this amazing skin. It's just decent. I much prefer the... Oh, boy, it's Tuesday. I forgot it's Tuesday. I can't change my items. Item servers are freaking out. Fuck. Oh, well. Yep, Warborn. Warborn's good. What else? We'll just push the cart. No fucking vaccinator for you. Eat shit and die. Sky Stallion I don't like much. Sky Stallion's execution is really messy. I wish the checkerboard pattern was orientation locked. I think that was something the skin creator wanted, but of course Valve fucked the implementation on, which is really unfortunate. So if that one was a bit more cleaned up, I would like it a lot more, but sadly it's not. Ow. Hold on, let me try that again. Here, build your vaccinator off me. No, I too wish they would add Pamp skins. Pamp has moved on, because I don't blame him for moving on. Like, imagine putting all of this amazing effort and work into making some of the best skins on the workshop, and then Valve completely ignores all of them in favor of adding a fucking stock image. How would you feel? That would suck. Putting all of that effort into making these awesome skins, and then Valve's like, ha, no, fuck you. Stock image PNG. Your work is inferior compared to these guys. It's so shit. It's so sad. It really is. Probably shouldn't do that to me, but I'm going in. Oh, I wish I had a fourth rocket. Sadly, I did not. No, it is. It is insulting and so bizarre that Valve had so many amazing, high-quality skins. All of the work was done for them, but then they just kept adding trash. Trash, trash, trash for years. For years. And then they slowly started coming around when, I guess, more people started complaining about it, which I'm happy about. Can they come through that door? Oh, we gotta play Hydro. We gotta play Hydro as the last map, I think. Thank you, Spy. Have you seen Aubrey? No, yeah, I saw the video of the competitive player responding to my video. And I talked about it earlier. I'll just say it again briefly. It's cool to see that like that guy was a really good example of how competitive players were also fucked over by the Meet Your Match update, and how most competitive players just wanted to play the normal game and then have competitive as a separate sphere. But then the entire thing just got wrangled by a small handful of guys that were trying to convince Valve that TF2 absolutely needed official matchmaking and real full-on support like all of their other games. And it went to shit. It went to shit. It was a goddamn shame. Oh, it was heavy there. I feel like the cosmetic case, I lost track of that one. I feel like the cosmetic cases need to be smaller or fewer times per year as a certain size. You end up with a bunch of filler items to quality items. Well, that's the name of the game when it comes to Valve's Gamba. A bunch of filler items and then only a small handful of items people actually want. Because otherwise, how would you entice people to gamble, right? If you just gave people what they wanted all the time, then fewer people would spend shitloads of money to get their more rare items that look nicer. Like, the last crate that was full of genuinely awesome items from top to bottom was probably the end of the line crate. That was the last crate where it was nothing but really good items. And many TF2 cases that came, or crates that came before, were only full of really good items. and then they went the CSGO route, right? They only went the CSGO route, and dumped in a bunch of shitty filler and only a few decent hats. And I'm talking cosmetic collections, not like the old school cases that had strange parts and weapons and what have you in them. That's not what I'm talking about. Ow. Thing is, Emporium alternatives will never work because they eventually worm their way in there and then make them rot from the inside out. That's happened a few times over the years, so it generally will not work out. And even if you have an entire sphere of content creators doing their own thing, the problem is that they're not the Emporium. The Emporium has a lot of pull and sway as to what content gets in the game, because Valve consistently goes back to the same people over and over again, and if you're not working with these people, your chances of getting an item into the game plummet to near zero. It's basically work with the Emporium and get on these guys' good side, otherwise your items will basically never be acknowledged by Valve. It's how it's been for over a decade. My servers took off, I guess because my video convinced people to play on them. I'm not entirely sure. The Emporium so someone from the Emporium spent the Patreon money to get into my Discord, to screenshot other people speaking in my Discord, so they could have an excuse to ban them from theirs. They basically just culled their server of anyone that was in mind, including creators that make really awesome stuff. But simply because they were in my server, they banned them from theirs. Like, that's how petty these guys are.
Compete in 30 seconds.
Do people care that much to get cosmetics accepted into the game? Yes, because you get paid. You get money, and a decent chunk of money if you get, like, okay, so generally, if you get one item in the game and you are the only contributor, you're probably gonna make anywhere in the ballpark of $3,000 to $10,000. It depends on the popularity of the case. It depends on what update season it is, because, you know, Halloween tends to be the most popular, Christmas a little more popular than summer, and then summer the least popular. It depends on the case, depends on the time of year. So you make thousands of dollars by getting a single item in TF2. And then if you get multiple items in one update, or multiple times a year, you get a lot of money. And then don't forget, the money doesn't stop when the update is over. You have the passive income that comes from every single key sale that goes towards that crate. And people are consistently opening older cases to get newer unusual effects. So if you get one item in TF2, you're getting a pretty good chunk of money. So it's no surprise that it's consistently had a soft monopoly of people that are really doing it for the money.
Alert. Our last control point is being captured. We have no control point.
No, yeah, and that's really small compared to Counter-Strike. Like, if you get a single Counter-Strike skin in the game, you make like 6 figures, which is insane. That's just one skin in CSGO. You make 6 figures from key sales. That's wild. So if you think TF2's content creation sphere is hyper-competitive and full of bullshit, nonsense drama, go look what happens in the CSGO skin creation sphere. Holy shit. Criminal activity happens because of how, I mean, it happens in the TF2 sphere as well, but like in the CSGO sphere, people like put hit orders out on each other, probably, I don't know, probably happens, but it's way more combative and toxic there than inside of TF2's sphere, because there's a lot more money on the line. We're just going in. We're just going in. Was a very that's Hydro. Yep, that's Hydro for you. That happens. This guy is... What is... This is a fucking... This guy is a cactus. This is a cactus. This is what you are. You are a saguaro cactus. Let's go. And that was a green pyro, obviously. The green team is officially in TF2. Ooh. You know, I probably should be using a banner. I feel like that's a no-brainer at this point, but I'm just having too much fun not using my shotgun. Now we got a good meat grinder. We got a good meat grinder round. This is how it's meant to be played. You got a good meat grinder round. It's lasting longer than 20 seconds. This is it. This is how you play. Oh, I have nothing loaded. That's unfortunate. Is it better or worse than most modern games that just flat out charge $19.99 for a moderately decent skin instead of dealing with filler garbage? I consider that better than gambling, that's for sure. Anything is better than gambling. Just having a storefront where you can buy things directly is probably better. In my opinion, if I had to have it my way. Like, none of it's good, don't get me wrong. None of it's good. The microtransaction bullshit is gotten way out of hand. But I'd much prefer a storefront and being able to buy things directly than gambling. And promoting gambling and all of the woes it causes. Like, it does get a little ridiculous. Is there a gun there? Oh, this is a problem. No one is defending. No one is defending! No, yeah, at least, I mean, well, the thing is, that's the whole idea behind the microtransactions, is the game is free, and all of the cosmetics come as an additional cost. And it's either in the form of gambling or a direct storefront. One or the other. Go away. Oh, it hit somebody. Ooh. Are they here? They're here. They're here. And I killed myself. I'm watching one of those videos of kids accidentally buying... How do you accidentally buy a Fortnite skin? Elaborate, like, fill me in. How do you accidentally buy something? Like, does the button say anything else than buy now? Like, how do you fuck that up? I gotta know. I gotta know how you managed to fuck that up. Damn it. You went to inspect styles and misclick? Is there not like a secondary confirmation where you hit the purchase button and then it asks you, are you sure you want to purchase this? Does that not exist in Fortnite? It just immediately charges your fucking credit card? Or your V-Bucks, or whatever it uses. It didn't used to be? It used to, but now it has it, but it used to not. That's pretty bad. I'm assuming that's what they got sued over, right? That's what they got sued over when people were complaining that, like, their kids were draining their credit cards. That's pretty bad when you think about it. It's just a one-click thing, and it instantly charges you without confirming. Ooh, that's nasty.
Alert. The final control point.
The fact it was ever that way is really bad. If it's not that way anymore, thank God. Because it shouldn't be that way. Too easy to buy and too hard to refund? That's the name of the game with any business, I'd imagine. They don't even technically confirm you, now you just have to hold the button? On one hand, I don't know if I can really blame a child. I can't blame a child. I really have to blame the parent. At a certain point, when you get old enough, you have to, you know, if your parents instill financial responsibility and taking care of your money, if they're being good parents, then they're probably guiding you in the right direction as how to be careful with your money and how to not waste it and being careful with online purchases. But if they're just completely hands-off and don't really give a shit with what you're doing in terms of your money, then they're being bad parents. Like, if your credit cards are being drained by your child buying Fortnite skins, you're not really a present parent. If you're letting that happen under your radar, then are you really there watching what your kid is doing? Something's wrong here. There's some kind of a disconnect. I had to bring out PowerPoint presentations to convince her to get Minecraft. Like, for your mom to get you Minecraft? She thought it was a virus? Okay, that's cute. That's honestly like an adorable mother-child interaction. Thinking a video game is a virus. That's so funny. Like, it is like one of the world's most popular games, but the mother thought it was a virus. Plenty of parents ask Apple for refunds for their kids spending it on those games. But it also happens after the fact. You know what I mean? It happens after the fact of like, okay, you let it get so bad that you have to ask for a refund. That means you're not paying attention to what your kid's doing. First of all, how did your kid get access to your payment information? Are you gonna trust a 9-year-old that much with a credit card? You shouldn't be doing that. That was your first fuck up. That was your first mistake. Or if you're gonna hand your phone to your child and it has access to an Apple account or what have you, where they can spend money or however much money they want, you fucked up. Something's wrong here. You made a mistake somewhere along the line. You gotta put some responsibility on the parent, if not all. You should put all of it on the parent. I take mommy's purse while she's not looking and dad's been gone for 6 weeks. Ugh. Very grim. Very grim, so grim. I think I'm just gonna play Backburner Pyro now. Where's my Backburner? Is it blind? There it is. Jesus. Backburner and a shotgun. Maybe the parents are actually unaware of how Apple Pay works. I would hope that as a responsible adult, you would learn how something works before you start using it. I feel like that's just a no-brainer. There are no responsible adults. I don't think that's true. I think there's been a sharp uptick in the volume of hands-off parenting, where they either let the internet parent their kids, or they... you want to go here? You want to do this? Come on, let's go. No, don't ruin this! You're ruining it! You fucking ruined it, you piece of shit! We're gonna have a fucking showdown a moment, you fucking ruined it. What the fuck's wrong with you? It's gonna be an epic battle and you ruined it with your fucking sticky spam. If I ever see you in public, I'm gonna shove a Twinkie in your nose. The dreaded nose Twinkie. Oh, they're all just here. That's no good. That's no good. Judy jumped over it. Proud of you. Dude, two can play at this game. I have a shotgun. Dude, you just like air blasting me into you? Love it. You love to see it. You love to see it. You love to see it. Let's get behind some cover here. Okay, he's dead. How many tattoos do I have? Just one. Just one, and I want to get it touched up. I don't know if I'd ever want to get another. I probably will at some point, but I have to really want it on my body. Been playing TF2 since 2017, and only last weekend did I finally play on Hydro. Man. Shouldn't have turned around. That was your first mistake. You wanna walk at me? Oh, thank you, Spy. Love you. Did I steal the map from TF2 Classic? I hope that's not a serious question. I really hope that's not a serious question. If it is, wake me from this everlasting nightmare. Wake me up. I hope that's not a serious question. Not insulting you. Because if you don't know, you genuinely don't know. But if that is a genuine question, I feel a little bit of pain. I feel a little bit of sadness, because that's just like the game. The joke, thank God. Thank fucking God. Alright, it was a joke. We're safe. We're good. We don't have to worry. Jesus. Any community overhaul game modes I actually enjoy. I like Dodgeball back in the day. I like Dodgeball. Death Run can be fun sometimes. I've only done Versus Saxton Hill a handful of times. It's not really for me. What else? Like classic zombie infection, like the classic zombies game mode with the medics and engineers is really fun. Other than that, not many more. Not many others. Die. Ooh, random, oh, back runner crits. Happily take that. Why no face cam today? I don't know. I prefer not using a face cam when I just want to chill. Because whenever my face is out there, I feel like I have to be extra careful about what I say or how I say something. Because if my face is in a clip, then it's immediately perfect for clickbait, right? But if it's just TF2 footage of someone talking, then it's not as easily exploitable for a Twitter clout chase. And also, my hair's a mess. I didn't want to make my hair today. I didn't want to fix my hair up today. We got him. Come here, bitch. Come here, bitch. I don't like Plants vs. Zombies. It's not a game for me. I could do other chill streams where I'm just playing something mindless in the background, but then no one would, I can't talk. No one would watch. So yes, I am actually bald, unfortunately. I lost all of my hair about 6 years ago I've been fooling all of you. I wear a wig. That is the sad truth. That's a spy. Oh, they're capping our point. Oh, what? Do you think an old school RuneScape style polling system where the community consensus determines what gets put in the game? I don't think that's a good idea. Because, again, that goes back to the issue of a lot of people that engage with TF2 don't actually play the game. Whereas with a game like RuneScape, the people who engage with all the discourse and votes, higher proportion of them actually play the game. But in TF2, if the quote-unquote community at large learned there was a poll they could vote for to get a piece of content into the game, that is wildly, easily abused by people that simply don't play the game. Or not even, like, intentionally abused, you know what I mean? It could just be like, oh, it's the funny, cute femboy scout, so all you have to do is get a whole bunch of people on Twitter to vote up for it, and they don't actually play the game. Probably not the best idea. If it was any other gaming sphere where the people that engaged in discourse also played the game, then I think that'd be a fine idea, but that's just not the case with TF2. Just ain't the case. This last area is so hard to defend.
You failed.
Anyway, I think I'm done streaming for the day. I'm tired. I'm tired. I'm gonna cut it there. So, thanks for hanging out, guys. Good stream. Good chill time. Thank you for all of the donations. I appreciate it. And if you guys want notifications for when I go live or whenever I upload a video, join the Discord linked in the description below. You can't talk in there, but you get notifications. If you want to play on my TF2 servers, there's information on the servers in that Discord, so go check that out. Or just go to my website, which is zestyjesus.com. Simple as that. And beyond that, thanks for hanging out. And next time will be... The next time I stream, it's probably going to be a workshop stream. Probably this weekend. Because I know I haven't done one for a while, so I'm kind of overdue. So I'll do a workshop stream sometime later this week or this weekend. And yeah, that's it. Y'all take care.